You are watching the American Conference on ESPN. A couple of hours ago, the Blazer Walk during the Magic Hour in the Magic City. Warm Saturday evening in Birmingham. Welcome to Protective Stadium for an important out-of-conference battle. The Akron Zips are in town looking for win number 1 of the season, and they face the UAB Blazers. Just the second ever meeting between these schools, and so we say welcome upstairs at Protective Stadium. He is Tyoka Jackson, former Penn State great, 12-year NFL pro. Kevin Fitzgerald with you. All right, so these Blazers, they're 1-1. They won the opener here, scored 52 against Alabama State, lost last week on the road against Navy. One thing that Trent Dilfer and his staff is very confident in is their tough, experienced, veteran quarterback. That's Jalen Kitna. What have you made of his first couple of weeks?
Well, when I watch the tape, one thing jumps off: the arm talent. His dad played in the National Football League for 15 years and gifted this young man with a beautiful arm. Can make all the throws to all areas of the field. And he's not just willy-nilly with it. 70% plus completion percentage. Now, one thing he has to do is cut down on the turnovers. But I'm telling you, this guy has tremendous weapons, and he knows how to get them the football.
Yeah, he has been productive, and you mentioned better than a 70% completion percentage through the first couple of games. And he has some explosive weapons this year with first-year Blazer Javon Jackson in the backfield and Corey Milner on the outside.
Jackson gives them the balance. And look at the efficiency in the run game. 7.3. Milner is a newborn star. 4 touchdowns in the last 4 games.
Tyoka, this is really neat. We're going to go inside Trent Dilfer's locker room. His final comments to his team before kickoff.
I was out there in pregame, and all I thought about is how excited I am for y'all. One, you look really good. Yeah. You guys like the digs?
Yeah.
You guys look good. All right? I'm really excited for you because you've put in the work. You've consistently put in the work. Think of the winning edge in the offseason. All right? Think of the hard things we've done together. Think of the commitment to doing hard things. Think of the commitment to responding to hard things, bad stuff. You guys have put in the work, and now you get to go celebrate that work. That's what game night's about. You get to go celebrate that work. Now, how do we do it? We do it one play at a time. Nothing before that play matters. Nothing that could happen after that play matters. One play at a time, as if it's the most important play of your life. Do it again and again and again, and we'll get this one. Bet? All right, bring it up on me. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Here we go, brotherhood on 3, brotherhood on me. 1, 2, 3, brotherhood!
Former Super Bowl winning quarterback, third-year boss in Birmingham, and his counterpart on the other side today, the offensive guru. Remember, the former head coach at Fordham and Mississippi State. It's Joe Moorhead. Tyoka, he's in his 4th season at Akron, aiming to get this program to turn a corner this year. They've taken 2 losses early on to Wyoming and Nebraska. They've been shut out in each of those games. They're just trying to find the end zone first and foremost early in this game.
Yeah, that's uncharted territory for Coach Moorhead. Never been shut out 8 quarters like that consecutively. Felt a little confidence from the staff, though. UAB has struggled defensively. Here's an opportunity to get better in a hurry.
So it will be UAB to receive, as you heard from Coach Dilfer, in those fresh uniforms today. And we've got an impressive return. Solomon Beebe takes the opening kick to the house.
No flags. What an unbelievable job of blocking to get BB started, and all great returns generally, the return man has to make at least one guy miss. Look at the blocking, untouched, and then there's breaking a tackle, and then you're left with the kicker. BB, you better not get caught. He does not. And that, folks, is how you start off a football game.
He has been so productive in the early goings of this season, and so BB, the sophomore from right down the road in Montgomery, goes 95 yards to the house. And what a way to set the tone.
Well, he's had over 100 yards of total offense, all-purpose offense in each of the first 2 games. And he almost got 100 on this one play. But he is a special player, and special teams are a huge part of what UAB does.
Well, you can see, by the way, that Solomon Beebe. You see the name on the back of his jersey. Remember, tonight is the 3rd annual Smile a Mile game for UAB. It's a game that supports childhood cancer. It's their awareness game. And so the names on the back of each of UAB's players tonight is going to be the name of a youngster, a brave and courageous youngster that is battling through that arduous fight against cancer. This has become a very special night for Trent Dilfer, for these players, and what a way to get it started to honor those young and tough youngsters. Some of them in the stands today as well.
Just trying to give them a reason to smile. And with that opening kickoff, there's some smiles going on right now.
Talk about setting the tone. So, by the way, it's BB's first ever kick return for a touchdown. And UAB, which has not had a problem scoring these first couple of weeks, finds the end zone very quickly. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Akron. And so the Zips, you got to keep your composure and stay poised, because Ben Finley in the offense, they take the field already down 7-zip. Tayoka, this is the now 2-year starting quarterback in Akron, the 6th-year senior from Phoenix. That's Ben Finley. The captain's numbers have been a little shaky to start this year, but he is a very experienced signal caller, trying to bounce back from the loss in Nebraska last week.
Yeah, have not been able to get in a rhythm all year, this entire offense. I think they need to start with this running game. Let's get this thing settled down.
Well, Sean Patrick is the very skilled running back that starts at his left hip. Finley going deep, and he connects. Israel Polk to the house. And an immediate answer from Akron.
Well, we told you there was some confidence from this staff. And we also told you that UAB struggled. So they said, forget about running the football, Tayoka, to stop the pass. We're going to go deep on play one and see if we can get some get back. And Polk runs a beautiful post route, outruns the DB. DB falls down. As you see, first it starts with the protection. Clean pocket, steps in, beautiful ball, and Polk just beats the man coverage. And they're going to get some man coverage. There's no question about that. First touchdown of the year, folks.
And just like that, on one play, Akron says enough of that. Let's find the end zone. It's Israel Polk's first career touchdown, the redshirt sophomore from California. We've run one offensive play. We've had 2 scores. I hope you took the over tonight, partner.
Right. So again, man coverage, and it looks like the defensive back is playing outside leverage with no safety help. Now, I'm going to have to believe that that was poor technique, because if you play outside leverage on a corner with no safety help, the post route is going to be there all day. Believe me, Coach Moorhead will be testing that immediately on the next possession.
Yeah, that was a really nicely thrown ball right down the middle.
Well, clean pocket, stepped into it. I mean, that was just like 7-on-7, as if the defense wasn't there. You allow your receiver to get inside with speed like that. I mean, it won't be the first or last time they're going to strike up this band.
Seems like the skill position players on that Akron side, according to the staff, they think they're very talented. They lack experience. And so as this year unfolds, that experience will continue to stack up. Okay. Yeah, I'm done holding my breath in the early goings of this one. Who knows what the heck will happen next? So Owen Wiley will kick it away for Akron.
Well, let's see if we get a directional kick. So I'm not sure if they want to see BB again.
Now, BB was very good in that opener returning kicks. He's got it here, straight through the middle. BB on his feet past the 25. And so UAB will run its first offensive possession, offensive snap. So we mentioned him before, Tayoka. Jalen Kitna is the very tough, the veteran quarterback. He's the redshirt senior from Tacoma, Washington. You mentioned it. He's the son of a longtime starting quarterback of the NFL, John Kitna. And this is just his 11th career start. The staff thinks he gets better and better with each start.
Yeah, again, he has been around for a while, like you said, but the starts haven't been there. And so you're seeing rapid improvement and development with each and every single game. But like I said before, he's got all the physical tools.
300 yards passing a week ago against Navy and a couple of touchdowns. You mentioned it before. He threw 2 picks, so he's got to keep an eye out for those turnovers. Javon Jackson with a very patient first down run.
5'8", 210, and runs hard. Kevin, this guy's a very violent, physical runner. They love him on inside zone. Much stronger than his body type would say.
He's been incredibly productive. Fifth-year senior from Decatur, Alabama, finishing up his career in his home state. From the 39, Aaron snap. Kitten is somehow able to get it to Jackson. Ball's out. Cyrus Durham is on top of it. The question is, was Jackson down?
Boy, that's close.
I think we got the signal from our judge on the far side of the field. Looked like they ruled Jackson down.
I don't know who that was. I missed a number, but an Akron player came in like a missile and dislodged that football.
Watch 23 Summers.
There it is. Boom. Puts the shoulder pad right on the football. The only thing I would say to Summers, please keep your head up. Other than that, that was beautiful.
That is very close, and now this is history. Kitna evades the rush, stepping up, throwing across his body, and he's got Corey Milliner. So that's another first down for UAB. They've got a pair here on this drive.
Excuse me, Fitz. This is the arm talent we talked about. I mean, the ability to manipulate, watch him move. He's not looking to run, folks. He's trying to buy time. Now, look at the flick of the wrist, throwing across your body late. You're not supposed to do that, but with that talent, you can get away with it.
Jackson nowhere to go in the backfield. So a loss of 2 on the play.
Malcolm DeWalt, good-looking athlete, 6'2", 190, fifth-year senior playing that corner, physical guy. Not too often you see corners who didn't blitz get a TFL. That's a good job of run support.
Yep, second and long from the 47. Kitna, deep drop back, flicks it this way, pass is caught. That time it's Brandon Hawkins Jr. And UAB has a number of wideouts that they can spread it around to. Tioka, it has been Iverson, Hooks, and Corey Milliner, though. They have been Kitna's favorite targets a couple of games into the season.
Yeah, they're very good, and they play well together. We'll talk about that as we get on. But this is an early test right here for the Zips defense. Can you get off the field? Third and manageable. But this is where Akron has struggled defensively. They just have not been able to get offenses off the field.
Kitna scans. He's got good protection this time. Sails out a little too tall for his receiver cutting across the middle of the field. That was the tight end Elijah Lag.
Yeah, he had him wide open, and he wants that back. Just sailed on him. Just couldn't get that front foot down. It appears UAB is going to go for it.
4th and 4. The line to gain is the 41.
The Zips have been surprisingly good on 4th down. It's only given up 1 out of 5 conversions.
Kitna with time, fires. That's incomplete. He was looking for McCray, missed him that time, and so it's a turnover on downs. Start that began promising looking, and then stalled across midfield.
You got to give Akron's defense some credit. They did in this drive what they haven't done all year.
Boy, we have seen some explosive plays right out of the chute. Each team with a score early in the first. A pair of explosive plays right out of the chute in this ball game. Solomon Beebe takes the opening kickoff back 95 yards for his first ever kick return touchdown. Meanwhile, for Akron, scoreless. They were shut out their first 2 games, and on the first offensive play of the evening, Ben Finley finds Israel Polk 75 yards to lift the lid off.
And give credit to Coach Moorhead to try to go get that 6 back right away.
So Finley, 1 out of 1 for 75. Great start. On the ground to Sean Patrick. Very much feels like he is going to be their featured back this year. Tayoka will also see Jordan Gant and Marquise Williams back there. But this redshirt freshman they are very high on.
Yeah, I like him as well. I mean, he's the only really bright spot offensively that we saw on tape.
So very quick here. 2nd and 8, back on the ground. And Patrick scoots ahead for a couple of more, so we'll be 3rd and about 5. And it looked like a flag came in. It was thrown there right where the pile was. There it is, sitting around the 50.
Well, this gives Akron the first down. They will take it because they have not been good on 3rd down.
Face mask. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. 1st down.
Looks like it was on the defensive, starting defensive tackle there, Eben Smalls. By the way, Marcel Kerr, our referee tonight.
Let's see what Smalls does. There it is, that hands on that. See, once you're feeling that you're up in that face mask, just take it off. I mean, if you can get it on and get it off really quickly, they won't flag you for it, but he put it on that face mask and left it there. That's a no-no.
So Akron in great shape right now, out across the 40. Finley, little design run, slides forward. And that's very close to the 1st down, picks up 8.
That's a good call on that. That's exactly what that was. That was design quarterback draw all the way. Finley known for his toughness.
Perry Fisher there was in on the stop. Fisher back after missing the Nebraska game last week. That's UAB starting nickel. Short gain on 2nd and 2, if anything. Looked like no gain there for Patrick. So 3rd and short again.
We talked about how Akron has been bad on 3rd down. If we're going to be honest with you, I mean, we're talking about under 14% bad. But here in this situation, you were efficient on 1st down. You give yourself a 3rd and manageable, very manageable situation here, getting close to red zone.
I think they got a free play here. They might have had a UAB player offside, and that is the flag. Pass was incomplete, but it looks like UAB is going to give Akron a 1st down on penalty again.
Offside. Defense, number 2. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
So that tempo confusing UAB's front that time.
100%, and I guarantee you Trent's upset about it. You're making those notes. You can't have 2 defensive penalties in a row like that against an offense that's been struggling. And you've already given up a long touchdown. You're now helping them advance the football.
It was Smalls previously, Ezra Odenjor the latest. So 1st and 10 from the 23. Back on the ground. And this time it's Jordan Gant. Stumbles ahead for a handful. Gant, bigger body, 5'10", about 210 pounds, a little change of pace compared to Patrick.
Staying ahead of the chains, possessing the football. This is going to be the recipe for Akron. Can you be good on 1st down to keep yourself out of 3rd and long?
Got 4 wide for Finley. Quick strike going to the right, and that pass was knocked away. He was looking for Jake Newell, that time to Marion Crumpley. Knocked it away.
Yeah, Marion was all over it. I mean, he ran that route for him. Look at him sitting. Man, that's close, right? That's beautiful man coverage, understanding the situation down the distance, sitting on the route, just catch the football.
Partner, that's a missed opportunity for UAB.
That's a house call all day.
Akron's got to get to the 13 to move the sticks. Promising drive. It's been aided by a couple of UAB penalties. To the sideline, pass is caught. And it's Israel Polk again. He's the one who caught the 75-yard touchdown pass previously.
Now he's showing me some route talent now. Watch the ball come out on time on top. Well, we got Zips going with some hurry up there, but that beautiful bench route coming back to the football. You see how he bent that thing back? That cuts off the angle from the defensive back. Great job around the toe touch area too on the sidelines.
Patrick in the backfield. He's got it straight ahead and then into a wall. He's at the 5, so we'll be 2nd and goal, 5 yards out.
Akron has to be ecstatic now how this game has started off. They're able to move the football. We didn't see any rhythm at all the first 2 weeks. I mean, it was a tough tape to watch, to be honest with you. Never got an opportunity to start to feel good and put a string and drive together, a string of first downs, I should say.
Little pressure. UAB might have been offsides again to the corner. Polk. It's a 2-touchdown day. Wow. Boy, some frustration on that UAB side. Akron's going to clearly decline this, take the touchdown.
Defense, number 0. That penalty is declined. Result of the play, touchdown.
Did you have Israel Polk on your bingo card? Because I didn't. But right now, he is torching UAB. Again, man coverage on the outside. And that's just a comeback route. Runs the defensive back off. There is some cushion, which it shouldn't be this close to the goal line, but then puts his foot in the ground, comes back to the pylon. The ball's where it needs to be.
So for Polk, several catches on that drive, and the redshirt sophomore from outside of Oakland finds the end zone again. Owen Wiley yanked it, but sneaks it through, and Akron with a fast 14-7 start.
Timeout. Media.
They forgot about him over there, Tioka. And it's Polk to the house again in Birmingham. Halfway through the first quarter, and Akron has found the end zone twice, Tioka, after they got shut out in each of their first 2 losses. And it's that man right in the middle, Israel Polk. 0 career touchdowns coming in. He's got 2 today on 3 catches.
That's right, baby. And listen, Joe Moorhead has not forgotten how to coach offensive football. Okay, this guy has been successful everywhere he's been. And so I knew eventually they'd get this thing right, just didn't know exactly how and what game it was going to come. And so just keep in mind also, they still got MAC conference play coming. So they've got a lot to play for. It just looks like right now things are starting to fall in play.
Got to hold your breath every time BB returns today. Took, 95 yards to the house. This is BB again. Well, he has been able to find that seam through the middle of the special teams unit. So let's go back to the touchdown. Tayoka, what did you notice here?
Well, this is real easy. 3 defenders, 3 receivers. Everybody should be matched up, but you got to be ready to play. Let's run it. Look at the top of your screen. Number 17, Roy Williams, a backup corner, have no idea where your eyes are. This is what they talk about with defensive players, eye discipline. Why are your eyes leaving your man in man coverage? If you see the ball being thrown in man coverage, you're going to see your guy catch it. And that's exactly what happened there with Polk.
And you nailed it, partner. So Williams replaces their starting corner, Tariq Watson, who did not dress in warm-ups today. He is out. So they are down a corner. UAB is. All right, so you flip it to BB on this play. Gain of 3. So 2nd and 7. UAB with very good field position once again.
Run by BB's pretty good, but man, Kion Mason, the lead blocker, is a receiver, trucking dudes on the end of that line of scrimmage to free his guy Mason up.
Jalen Kitna darts it over the middle. Pass is caught. That's Evan McCray, redshirt senior from Raleigh. That's a first down. So Kitna has looked steady. He's now 4 of 6 through the air. They moved the football nicely on their first offensive possession before the drive fell apart around midfield. Another quick strike. McCray, little hezzy, and he beats a couple of men down to the 40-yard line.
How about that quickness? 6'1", 190, just a simple curl route. And these defenders are giving a lot of cushion because they understand the explosive speed of the guys in the black jerseys.
Tayoka, both offenses moving quickly on their opening drives. McCray is wide open again, just sat down there after, what, maybe 7-yard little stop route.
Yeah, and at that time he juked himself. Sometimes you got to catch it and go. Now, those extra moves right there was not necessary. He's 2 yards short of the first down. He's got to understand where he is on the field and the relationship to the defense. Catch that football now, get upfield first, then look to make the move.
Personnel changes on the Akron defensive side. And that'll slow the UAB offense down. That is 3 catches on this drive alone for Evan McCray, first-year Blazer. BB again in motion. On the ground, looks like this is Gant. Pardon me, Javon Jackson. And he's brought down by Shaman Cooper. Not much that time for Isaiah Jacobs.
Really been impressed so far with this Akron defense, and they have struggled mightily as well. But for some reason, there's been an attitude adjustment for everybody in white jerseys, and I'm enjoying watching it.
3rd and 1 for the Blazers. Kitna under center. Kitna was going to sneak it, and a flag. And there might have been some movement before the snap.
Something you don't see very often in
False start offense, number 75, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
That's Caleb Perez. It's the starting left guard. So they'll back him up 5 yards.
Another penalty by the Blazers. You're at home. And it was close.
Saw that flinch.
Yep, that's all it takes. And you're at home, but there's no reason for that. These are unforced errors right now by the Blazers. They're starting to mount.
Handful of penalties in this first quarter. Kitna gives it to BB, trying to cut up field. BB absorbs 1 tackle and finally wrangled down that time after a decent game, but it's still going to be 4th and about 3.
And with that call, you know it's 4-down territory. Continue to be impressed by the Akron Zips' ability to fly around. But this is a situation here, 4th and 3, very manageable. This is where Kitna excels, the decision-making and the accuracy to pick up the first down.
They went for it on their first offensive drive. On 4th, did not get it. Kitna with time. Kitna connects with his tight end. It's a first down. That time he found J.C. Sivley, the program veteran. And they're inside the red zone.
Sibley showed me some speed now, 6'6", 255. But again, no pressure whatsoever. If you want to let Kitna sit back and be that comfortable in the pocket, he's going to carve you up like a Ginsu knife.
All right, the pass patterns we've seen today, receivers, they have been open on both sides. So it's 1st and 10 from the 12. UAB trying to answer Akron's score. Kitna check it down, so a smart play that time. They pick up a handful. It was Sibley again.
Well, he had the tight end lag on the 7 route in the corner of the end zone if he wanted it. He just didn't see it. That was an easy touchdown. Still picking up yards and advancing the football, but I think he'll see that on tape and realize that he had lag wide open.
Yeah, Kitna is perfect through the air this drive. Trent Dilfer looked like he was trying to get the attention of the official, and he does get the timeout with 4:27 to play in the first. UAB is driving
of the first half.
It'll be second and medium in the red zone. Kitna is off to a sharp start. Jalen Kitna perfect on this drive for UAB. They are in the red zone. So if the name sounds familiar, it should. Dad John played a decade and a half in the NFL. It's John Kitna, and he was a gunslinger. You played with him and against him, Tayoka.
That's right. Toughness, leadership, and accuracy. Everything that his son has, but he didn't quite have the arm that Jalen's got as well. As you see him on the sidelines
and
right
so
now.
how about this? Ryder Burton. This is the backup quarterback for UAB. Diving for the pylon. He's got it. Touchdown.
There's a new wrinkle. Didn't see that coming. Ryder Burton. Okay. Wow. So you take Kitna, put him on the sidelines, bring in a backup quarterback.
Well, partner, it's 16. Nate Rogers, pardon me.
Oh,
that is the redshirt freshman from Alabama. Well, I got fooled too.
Is that the former Auburn commit?
So how about this play design that Alex Mortensen pulls out, third-year OC? Just roll them out.
How about the blocking?
Does he get in?
That looks like 6 to me. And he has control of the football. All you have to do is break the initial plane of the goal line with the football in hand. I think he's got it in. Now, the question is, did he step out before?
Right. That clearly seems to be the only point of contention right here.
Oh, he looks into me.
I'm with you. I don't know if I saw the heel come down on the white.
And first of all, look at Elijah Lag blocking in space without holding. That's a great job. And look at the camera work. Excellent guys getting that camera work. He appears to be into me. And remember, the call on the field is a touchdown.
After further review, the ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
So Nate Rodgers' first snap as a college quarterback takes it in for 6.
Love it. And it's a change-up. Give the defense a look they had not seen. Clearly, that's something they worked on during the week. And he showed some great quickness. And how about the body control in the air?
$14 up after Jonah DeLonga's extra point. 10 minutes into this one.
If you like offensive football, you come to the right place, and that young lady there is going to get stronger with those push-ups, because I got a feeling she's got a few more coming. Look at the leap, though. A la Reggie Bush. There's the leadership. See, you'd be happy for your guys. Whatever it takes to win. That's what matters most. Love it. Got a great look of Alex Mortensen, the offensive coordinator of UAB, talking to Trent Dilfer, my former teammate, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Baltimore Ravens.
How many years you guys spend together in Tampa?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 years in Tampa. He made a Pro Bowl in '97. Here's the thing about this guy. He's different than everybody else.
Yeah.
Never saw a quarterback other than Trent Dilfer in the weight room working out with the rest of us. Never saw him in off-season training running with the rest of us. That's who Trent is. He understands that leadership should be from the front. He was one of the guys, and I kind of appreciated that. A lot of times quarterbacks try to act like they're a little bit different. Not Trent Dilfer.
He said he had some, remember that Super Bowl season when he led the Ravens to a Super Bowl? Said, yeah, I had a whole lot of late nights with that team. That was a good quality club. So, folks, let's remind you once again, today is the 3rd annual Smile a Mile Childhood Cancer Awareness Game for this UAB program. Here are some images from a year ago. A lot of the youngsters that you are seeing, these are pediatric cancer patients. This Smile a Mile program, it is an organization that supports those youngsters and their families. And there are many youngsters that are in the building today. These UAB players, they have spent years, they spent a lot of time just uplifting and inspiring those youngsters, even by just quite simply spending time with them throughout a season. And they're going to have a jersey giveaway in a couple of weeks. You can see the names on the back of all of these UAB player jerseys. They are names of individuals, the brave and courageous youngsters that are fighting their battles. That is a bullet over the middle. Ben Finley finds Kyan Mason for a big pickup. But this is really an inspiring thing that Trent Dilfer and this program have done now for a number of years.
Yeah, it's beautiful to see. When we talked to Trent during the week, he spoke about how important it is to get his players involved in the community beyond what they bring on the football field. Understanding that a lot of these guys will not play in the National Football League, but what can we do to enrich these young men, grow them as people, and help, and learning to give back is an important part of that.
It's a short game for Patrick.
How about that dig route on the play before, though? And again, Finley is showing us now. He's saying, listen, there's more than one big-time quarterback in this game. That was, like you said, a bullet on a dig route going across. Beautiful accuracy in traffic. No one could touch it but his receiver.
So Akron on the move again. 2 touchdown drives. They're 2 for 2. Finley step it up, fires big. big hit. Mason got leveled, and the pass is incomplete. Sherrod Bryant, their anchor in the secondary, jarred it away.
Well, Coach Dilfer pointed him out and said, this is a Jerry Rice extra work type guy. Comes early, stays late, boom, and clearly has been in the weight room. That's how you play strong safety. You got to be a ranger, even in today's game where they're looking to flag people. You have got to be an intimidator on this defense playing that strong safety position, 6'2", 210, and he put all of that on the receiver.
Fifth-year senior from Georgia. So now it's 3rd and 10. Timeout UAB. So Trent Dilfer has to burn his second timeout of this first quarter.
This is their second charge timeout of the first half. This will be a 13-second timeout.
Less than 3 minutes to go in the first. Again, it will be a 3rd down for Akron after the stoppage. And so, you know, going back to just the importance of tonight, this was the jersey reveal for UAB a couple of days ago. It's the special uniforms for the Smile a Mile game. They got the clean black and gold look going on.
Love it.
You know, this game, it really hits home for Trent. You mentioned his lengthy career in the NFL. He goes, this hits home for me. Remember, it was back in 2003. He lost his son, Trevin, at the age of 5. He said, I remember just how difficult those times were at the hospital. And this program means a lot to him. He wants to support not just the patients, but the families as well. That should be enough, perhaps, on that 3rd down pass play. If not, it looks like it's just short. This is going to be 4th and half a yard at most for Ben Finley and the Zips. Clock running, late first.
I'm dialing up number.
Akron's going to go.
Yeah, I'm dialing up Gann on this run. It's either good for me, it's going to be a tailback run, or let Ben Finley follow the tailback and make it a quarterback power. As you see the switch in formation, changing up the play.
This really is inches, maybe a foot. Joe Moorhead uses a timeout.
Little chess game going on.
Their first charge timeout of the first half.
Oh, they're at the ball spotted.
Timeout.
Ball is spotted at the 32. Owen Wiley, their place kicker, he has not connected yet this season. He's only hit 4 field goals in his career. He's their new starting place kicker, so might be a little bit out of his range.
That's right.
So the question is, what are they going to dial up here on 4th down? What do you expect here?
Well, listen, I think you run the football. I think, you know, I didn't see Sean Patrick on the field, and it's going to be interesting to see if number 13 comes back on. He's your outstanding tailback. But I think with him off the field, you want to look to Ben Finley to run the football, whether that is a design quarterback draw or some sort of quarterback zone lead.
That was Newell, the tight end. Motion to the right side. Finley to Gant, and a hole opens up. Gant down to the 21. It's a 1st down for Akron.
And so this is Jake Newell, number 88's first opportunity to play. Look at him come across the screen and kick out the defensive end. They have been a 10 team, no tight end, 1 running back. Now they're an 11 team because they got Newell back, and that's a great job of blocking and spring your running back for a first down.
We thought he was going to be a difference maker, Newell, today.
Yep.
Mason gets wrangled down after a very short gain, maybe 1 on the play.
And continuing with Newell, though, he's going to be a threat in the pass game as well. 6'4", 245 pounds. But they like him as a blocker. He's a move guy, can use him as an H-back, and he's a downfield threat in the seam as well.
All right, look at 166 yards for the Akron offense today. Throw it to the end zone, nearly picked off. Roy Williams got his fingertips on it, could not bring it down, and just a mistimed connection there.
Well, I think it was a bad read also by Finley, but look at Williams leave his coverage and try to make a play on the ball. That would have been the one, his get back that he owes the team, right? Oh, so close.
3rd and 9. Akron's got to get to the 10.
If you're UAB, do you bring pressure to heat up his quarterback.
Comes a little bit off the edge. Finley stepping up, floats it, incomplete. And so they rattle him that time. It's 4th and 9, and you would think now you're in Owen Wiley's field goal range, so the place kicker is coming out.
Yeah, I like the call by Steve Russ. Go ahead and dial it up. Make Finley move off his spot. Most quarterbacks, especially pocket quarterbacks, you don't necessarily have to get the sack. Make him get off of his spot. It will diminish his accuracy, and that's what you saw right there.
So he felt the pressure, just could not connect with his wideout. This is the redshirt sophomore from Avon Lake, Ohio. Has not hit this season. He's missed 3 times. This a 36-yarder. Wiley got it. And that's got to feel good.
Yes.
Akron up 3 deep in this first quarter. A high-scoring first quarter.
As you mentioned, he's missed some. He had one blocked as well. Right now, I'm just looking at this Akron team, and it's not the same team that I saw on tape during the week, the first 2 games. But what does that tell you? There's development.
Number 17.
There's improvement as the
Alabama Birmingham is now number 91. 17 is now 91.
as you hear about the jersey change. But the point is this ongoing skill development by this coaching staff. You lose 2 games, you don't play very well, you don't give up on it. You just keep developing, keep working, and things will work out for you.
First few weeks of a college season can always be a bit of an adventure.
Sure.
Can be up and down. Akron played a solid Wyoming team out of the Mountain West. Held them to 10 points. Again, problem was they lost 10-zip. Last week you're on the road against a juggernaut that appears to be in Nebraska.
Right.
And so we felt this was going to be a more evenly matched game for these Zips.
No question. And to your point, though, up and down, roller coaster early, they got a lot of new guys. Both of these teams. You're implementing a lot of new guys. It takes a minute to gel, right? You're learning what you have and how to put them in the best position to succeed. Game 3, game 4, game 5, that's when you start to see things to begin to come together.
Finley has looked good. Here's a little bit of a pooch. So that is caught. The question is, where did the up man catch that one?
And I think he got out of bounds, partner. That's Elijah Lag.
That is critical where he fields this.
Yeah. And I would have liked to see him try to even get further out of bounds just to make it even obvious.
At the end of the day, the only thing on the line here is maybe 6 yards.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, still important. 6 or 7 yards.
Kickoff out of bounds. Kicking team, number 99. The ball will be placed at the 35-yard line.
So the rule here, partner, is if the offensive player gets any part of his body outside of the field of play, it doesn't matter where the ball lands. If he can get his foot out of bounds, even a toe, while still catching it inbounds, they're going to rule it a kick out of bounds. So that's really smart by Lag to make sure he worked his way all the way over to get out of bounds and make the kick.
So UAB does get the, they get the extra, what is that, 7 bonus yards. I think Moorhead was saying that Lag's right foot was down as he caught it before the left. Nevertheless, it's history. Oh, that is a punishing run. Isaiah Jacobs. Pounds ahead for 5.
Yeah, he's 3rd on my depth chart, but he didn't look like a 3rd string back there. Transfer from Maryland.
UAB is going to use all of them. Jackson, Beebe, and Jacobs. And all 3 have been productive 2 games into the season. 2nd and 5. Kitna. Here comes the end around. This is Caleb Brown. Brown looking for the first down, and he's got it. Little fake, then the flip. Move the sticks.
Former Ohio State Buckeye, transfer from Iowa. He's just now getting healthy, and they told us they think he can be a factor as they move through this season. As you see the tremendous speed getting to the corner. And it's looked like it's been everybody but Milner and Hooks, right? We were so worried about Milner and Hooks and how well they played. They're getting everybody involved here, UAB early.
The tight ends, McCray, Brown with his first touch. Sling it to the outside. Beebe has got a block, trying to turn the corner. Beebe's got the first down. Good blocking on that edge. And so UAB is moving. Clock stops for a moment. 27 seconds left here in the first. Now it's rolling.
Yeah, home run speed. That's what I got written down. Home run speed. We saw that on the opening kick. We talked about how he's totaled over 100 all-purpose yards in each of the first 2 games. They get the ball to him in a variety of ways.
Kitna, by the way, is 9 out of 11, so he has hit 6 straight passes here without an incompletion. Bunch of receivers on that left side. Kitna fakes the big one, still on his feet, throws it low. That's incomplete, looking for Jackson.
That might have been the hardest pump fake I've ever seen. Kudos to the cameraman for sticking with Kitna. Boy, he faked me out, partner.
A high-scoring first quarter is in the books.
That is the end.
Akron's got the 3-point lead in Birmingham. Coach, 17-14 lead for your club in the first quarter there. How did you exploit that UAB defense in the first?
You know, as we talked about prior to the show, you know, that we were going to get an 11 personnel and start playing with tempo, kind of what we've done with this offense historically now that we got Jake back. So I think we mixed the run and the pass well. I think we protected. I think we got open. And then we were able to convert some critical third downs.
Coach, it looks like you've got Ben Finley in a nice little rhythm. Talk about what you've seen from him.
Yeah, he's 3 roles for quarterback play. Don't predetermine. It is as good as it looks, and allow your read to dictate your decision. He's following those roles, taking what they give him, and if it's not there, run it or throw away. So forced some things on this last drive, but we for the most part, he's doing a good job playing within himself.
Coach, thanks for doing this. Good luck.
Awesome, guys. Thank you. Have a great one.
Well, it's got to feel good for Akron. 17 points for Joe Moorhead's offense in one quarter. They went the first 8 this season against Nebraska and Wyoming without scoring. Forget about finding the end zone. They were shut out in both of those games, so they have got the early advantage. However, Tioka, here's UAB in those crisp black and gold uniforms tonight. They're on the move. Jalen Kitna now 10 out of 13 through the air for over 100 yards.
Yeah, he's in a rhythm. I talked about the other quarterback being in a rhythm. Finley, Kitna's in that rhythm as well.
Fake it to the tailback, out to Beebe, and that's an incomplete pass. So he never firmly secured that one. Will be 2nd and 10 deep in Akron territory.
So he is human. He can make a mistake. He's been basically perfect today. And listen, I don't know if that is an incomplete pass. That is very close to me. I thought I saw a catch and turn. And maybe there's a better angle. There's the catch. Begins to put it away. I guess in the transfer, putting it away, maybe he drops it. But, man, that is really close.
I'm with you, really close. Beebe fumbles that one as well. They're going to say that one was a forward pass, so that's incomplete.
Yeah. Wow.
So Beebe, remember, he took the opening kickoff back for a touchdown, and he's had a little trouble on this sequence hanging on to it.
Yeah, he's been excellent. That push right there, that is a pass. So that's why as soon as it hits the ground, it's no longer a fumble. Forward pass. That's usually cheap yardage for Jalen Kitna, but 2 miscues in a row.
Well, you saw Dilfer and Mortenson's confidence to just get it right back to him after he juggled the previous ball. So he hits the sideline. Jackson is in at tailback.
This is where Kitna's been outstanding. 3rd and long.
Kitna, clean pocket, wings it into trouble and nearly intercepted. That time it was Alex Branch who had one coming right at him. Could not secure it.
And this is why I compare Kitna to a young Brett Favre. So much confidence in that arm. That ball should never be thrown near it. So many white shirts. And this is the one Achilles heel to his game. He can make all the throws, but every now and then it tries to play a little bit of a hero ball and fit passes in where they should not be. Got lucky that time. Alex Branch dropped the football.
So 44-yarder for Jonah DeLonga, the reigning special teams player in the year after his excellent season a year ago. And he nails that one to knot the score at 17 all. Shootout in Birmingham. The American on ESPN Plus. It's home to 40+ college football games this year, over 1,000 exclusive live events, and every American Conference championship throughout the season. So for more information and to sign up, visit stream.espn.com. UAB trying to turn the corner as a program this season. Last year, 3-9. Finished near the bottom of the American. They won 3 conference games. So Tioka, they just answered Akron's field goal with a 44-yarder off the right leg of Jonah DeLonga. Shorter kick. Akron to return it. And so 1st and 10 from the 24. Ben Finley in the offense will set up shop in a couple of moments. 132 passing yards for Finley in the first quarter.
One of the big reasons is they've been catching the football. I mean, we again on tape, a lot of receivers dropped a lot of passes that were in their hands. Tonight, it's been catch the balls that are there for you, and we can move the offense, and guess what? Score. So that's one of the huge reasons. Obviously, the execution has been great, but the drops have not plagued this Akron offense, and you can see what they're capable of when they do things the right way.
He was productive in his first season as a full-time starter at the college level. Last year here at Akron, his team had a challenging year. They went 4-8, 0-2 start this year, but the offense is popping tonight. And he completes that pass to his tight end, Jake Newell. First catch of the season for their very reliable veteran tight end.
And you heard Coach Moorhead in that interview talk about adding him to the offense is giving them versatility. They run way more now 11 personnel tonight.
He was out the first 2 games, violation of team rules. Sean Patrick has proved to be a very dependable pass catcher out of the backfield as well. That's a first down.
And again, there's Jake Newell leading the way. So they split him out not just to throw the football to him, but now you've got a large man, 6'4", 245, blocking against defensive backs who don't want to see him. And you can put a back behind him and get positive yards.
You said this, used this word before. Very rhythmic start for Finley. 8 out of 12 through the air. Fake it to the tailback, over the middle, and he had his man. It's dropped by Miles Walker. That's one you got to reel in.
Did I speak it up now? Did I give him the yips because I brought up the drops? And this is what we saw on tape. Wide open. Great combination of routes to create a wide open receiver. The ball's where it needs to be, and Walker just flat dropped it.
I don't believe in Jinx's partner, so
okay,
no, I don't think it's you. Yeah, according to me. Back on the ground and up the middle, a 5-yard gain just about for Patrick.
And honestly, I thought we'd see more Patrick, but they've been attacking this UAB defense through the air, and it's been successful. And sometimes you see coordinators throw the football in the first half so they can run it in the second and wear out the defensive line. And I'm wondering if that's going to happen here. But just keep in mind, Sean Patrick's a terrific football player, just a freshman, and he's a weapon for this team.
Personnel changes for UAB. Teams are going to use that strategically this year. So now they're ready to snap it. 3rd and 6. Line to gain is the 46. Finley stepping up, taking off. He's devoured. Denver Warren stamps him. It's 4th down.
That's a great play. A much needed 3rd down stop from a defense who haven't stopped many people. Just think, offenses are converting over 70% of their 3rd down percentages. And this is a cover sack. That's just the defensive line continue to work because there's nobody open. And before Finley can leave that pocket, guys are getting off blocks. And nice job by Warren, the Sam Houston transfer.
Yeah, so first punt of the evening. Joseph Castle, who has done a fine job 2 games into the season, boots this one away. And so that is going to be a beauty. Watch those toes. And they do field that one at the 1-yard line. Joseph Castle.
Media.
Put another one in the inside the 20 category. Nicely done. There's the former Super Bowl winning quarterback with the Ravens. His club is all knotted up with Akron, 17 apiece. Remember, he started his career in Tampa, was a Pro Bowler with the Bucs. After that really prolific college career at Fresno State, won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, had that excellent defense as well. Also spent some time in Seattle, Cleveland, San Francisco later in his career. And man standing to my right was his teammate a few of those years in Tampa Bay. This is Jalen Kitna, his quarterback, unloads it deep down the middle. Pass is caught. It's a huge play on first down. And so from their backs up against the goal line, all the way to midfield, first catch of the evening for Iverson Hooks.
Well, they told us that Corey Milner was the vertical threat, but Hooks shows us he can get deep as well. He does it from the slot. Man coverage thrown out of your end zone. That takes guts.
He's got a second catch here. He's off to a really fine start this season. 11 receptions in the first 2 games of the year, plus a touchdown in each of the first 2 games.
And this is the arm talent that we've talked about with Kitna. People around him can still get it there without being able to throw it, stepping in completely. And Mr. Iverson Hooks, along with Milner, are as two good players at their positions as teammates that you'll find in the American Conference.
Iverson without a catch in that first quarter.
Yeah.
And so he's got back-to-back here. Milner has not caught a pass just yet, so empty backfield for Kitna. Kitna fires over the middle. It's Lag. He is pulling a couple of bodies forward. Another first down.
Well, this time they faked the wide receiver screen, which they've run multiple times, and they leaked Lag down the middle of the field. So great job of manipulating the defense with his eyes, talking about Kitna and throwing an accurate ball with some heat on it.
This is a prolific start to this one. Now back on the ground. BB gets sandwiched. Gain of 4, maybe 4.5. Shaman Cooper that time led the way for the Akron defense.
If you're the Zips, you're trying to figure out a way to force a field goal here. Just come up with a play. Right now, it's second down. You're thinking if we can just make 2 more plays and force a field goal, that'd be good after giving up that huge bomb. And obviously, UAB, this is when they get you on your heels.
You just mentioned Milner, partner, number 1 in the black, top of the screen. Hooks motions out that way. Kitna scanning, fires, just a bit too long. He had Milner with a little separation that time. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it was a post route, but he set it up beautifully by sticking that outside foot. Got the DB to turn and broke back inside. He was open, just couldn't fit it in.
Kitna 13 out of 20 through the air. 184 yards. 6th play of the drive.
And we talked about how Akron has struggled defensively.
They've got to get to the 8. Kitna slings it out. That pass is caught. Hawkins, though, is let out of bounds a couple of yards short of the first down. So it is 4th and about 2.5.
Still haven't given up a 3rd down conversion. But I think here.
Yeah, here comes DeLonga.
I'm surprised. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought they'd get aggressive here. Understanding how Akron has struggled. Just keep running plays at this defense. I'm really surprised. Although you got a lights-out kicker, I get it. But man, I think I'd take the opportunity to go for it, partner.
And so instead, Trent Dilfer and his team, they opt for the 29-yard field goal. This is a chip shot for DeLonga. Hit from 44 previously, and now a flag down. So a bit of a deliberation here. That's our referee, Marcel Kerr.
If it takes that long, why throw the flag?
I mean, that, with
Did you see
that
it or
flag,
not?
they blew the play dead.
So with 9 times out of 10, or 10 out of 10 is an offensive penalty.
Delay of game. Receiving team. Disconcerting signals. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That is a critical break for UAB.
Yeah, so that is a defender trying to draw an offsides or false start, either verbally or with, and he said disconcerting signal, so that means verbally. In that situation, generally you got a guy trying to simulate the snap with either a herky-jerky movement or something verbally, but that's a really tough call there going against Akron.
This is a major opportunity for UAB to really punish him for that mistake.
Possible 4-point swing, right?
Yep. Jackson, the tailback. Kitna, check it to him. Jackson walks in for the touchdown. The penalty proves incredibly costly, and UAB gets 6.
One of the hardest workers on this football team. A leader, 5th-year senior, matched up in man coverage with a linebacker, and he's got no shot.
Just that simple wheel route, and Javon Jackson has his first receiving touchdown of the year as a UAB Blazer. So DeLonga, he has to settle for the extra point. I'm sure he'll take that. His team gets 7 as opposed to just 3. Kitna to Jackson. They get it done, and the home team strikes to take its first lead. So Tioka, UAB catches a major break on this 4th down play. Look, they were set up for a field goal attempt. What happens here?
Yeah, to keep your eye on the circled player. We believe that's Gay Summers. I'm not sure 100%, but run it. Watch his body jerk. See that right there? That could have been the signal that they were talking about. A lot of times defensive players try to get slick and mimic the snap to try to get offensive linemen to move.
Yep.
And that time, the offensive lineman did move. So the best that we could tell was his yelling. You just don't want to do it right next to the official, right? I mean, they're not going to miss that one, Kevin.
You're going to cheat on the test, wait for the teacher to, maybe walk back to the front of the class.
Now, how do you know about that? What do you know about cheating like that?
Yeah, but that has been an area of focus the last several seasons.
Yep.
Defensive or offensive players mimicking in an exaggerated manner simulated action.
That's right.
To try to draw either front to jump to lead to either the neutral zone violation or the false start. And that time, you could see his teammates were very frustrated with him right after the play as well.
100%, yeah. 100%. Great job by our guys finding that, too.
Yeah, good stuff from our crew. And so instead of UAB getting 3 there, on the next play, Kitna found Jackson on the wheel route for 6. So the home team has got a 7-point lead. The pile continues to drive here. This is a gain of 5 for Akron on the ground. So this is, we said it right out of the gate, Tioka. Kickoff return for a touchdown to open up the game. Then Ben Finley found Israel Polk, first offensive play of the ball game, 75 yards to the house. So we had 2 touchdowns on only 1 snap of football.
Yeah.
And so here we are about halfway through the second. And we have seen each of these teams move the ball swiftly. And 7 scoring drives so far combined between them.
That's right. And we've seen a lot of no huddle, not necessarily hurry up, but no huddle tempo from this offense.
Nearly intercepted. So that is a couple of times a UAB defensive back has gotten his hands on a Ben Finley pass. That time it was Delvin Gully. 2nd and 10. Ball is at the 36 for Akron.
No pressure whatsoever off the fake, and that ball's got to come out a little bit quicker. If you're going to throw that out that far away, that ball's got to come out quicker before the receiver is into their break. If not, you're going to draw the defender, and you saw that near interception right there.
Dangerous throw on the ground. Gant trying to turn the corner. Gant lowers the shoulder. Not much there. Gain of 1.
But that's outstanding. Outstanding defense. I mean, it looked like it was 13 or 14 black jerseys out there. That's when you're starting to hum defensively. Look at the swagger and the energy they're playing with. They're running to the football, folks. And if UAB can begin to start to play consistent physical defense matched up with this explosive offense, look out.
It was Vessel on the tackle. UAB playing with a lead for the first time today.
Showing pressure again.
Here they come. Finley was in trouble. That pass is incomplete. Could not connect with Cameron Montero. 4th and 9. But a flag is down.
Outstanding coverage by Jeremiah Vessel. You see right there, number 14. Boy, he had really tight coverage.
So Joe Moorhead suspects it to be on his opposition. This is Marcel Kerr again.
Personal foul, hands to the face, offense, number 57. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So Akron likely to punt this one away. 7:10 to go in the second.
Yeah, smart decline, because you want to lean into getting some more field position maybe and backing them up, but no, not the way Akron has been offensively. Let's see if we can find it. There's the left guard there, getting that hand up into the face mask of the defender. Happens all the time, folks. If they really watched hands to the face, we'd never get a playoff. I'm just telling you.
Could drop it on every play.
I know it sounds like a D lineman talking, right?
Couple of times Akron has punted here early in the second quarter. Couple of shimmies, couple of shakes. Iverson Hooks still on his feet. Hooks is down at the 40. Productive return, man.
Very exciting player in the open field, and that's why they love him in the slot. And the blocking wasn't outstanding. He's making people miss. He's breaking tackles. This is just a guy trying to make a play with ball security. I love all of that, as long as you're keeping that ball high and tight, which he did. Get as much as you can get out of it, Mr. Hooks.
So 6:54 in the second. UAB has scored now 10 unanswered. You know, you wonder, does tempos work for them? Let's see how much clock they can run off here.
Well, I've got to find a way to get the ball to number 1, Corey Milliner. I mean, he's just been too exciting and too productive. Got to get him involved in the game.
Kitna steps up, finds Hooks. Nice catch and run, and nearly enough for the first, and they will move the chains. Pickup of 10 for the junior from Pike Road, Alabama.
Good pass rush there by the Akron defense, but again, Kitna with his poise, looking to extend the play, not looking to run, eyes downfield.
Has not been sacked yet. Jackson on the ground with some room on that right side. That's Javon Jackson, 5th-year senior from Decatur, Alabama, a couple of weeks ago. 166 yards in the win against Alabama State. He has been productive on the ground.
And it's because the offensive line has been productive in front of him.
Right back to Jackson. Squeezes through the hole, and it's another first. That time Jackson patient, waited that half a beat.
We talked about Kitna getting in a rhythm. This offensive line is starting to get in a rhythm as well.
Hooks. Iverson Hooks. He is stamped. And it was Marcus Boswell, the freshman from Texas, who brought him down.
Great hustle play by Boswell. You run down Iverson Hooks, you're moving from his inside linebacker position. Look at the angle, perfect angle, running and hitting. That's how you get to the football in a bad mood, folks.
And it's a clean tackle by Boswell. You know, he's in that linebacker rotation as a rookie. They like his upside.
6'1", 230, thick.
5:15 to go in the half. Kitna under center this time. 2nd and 10. Jackson sandwiched, brought down, gain of 1.
Here's another opportunity for the zip defense now. 3rd and long. If you don't get a rush on Kitna, he will find somebody. He's shown that repeatedly, not in just this game, but all season. How do you find a way to move him off his spot and get a hit on him? Because moving him athletically, that's not going to be enough. He's a good enough athlete. He can move, reset, and with that arm talent, doesn't need to reset. You've got to move him and hit him to get this offense off the field.
They're at the 34, so they're even still enjoying at the longest range. Kitna with a flag, darts it, that's caught. It's a first down. Wow. That time Milliner with his first catch of the day.
Under pressure.
So I think this penalty is going to be against Akron. And
offside.
Yep.
Defense, number 1. Penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down.
Usually when you get a quarterback thrown out of a well like this, where the pocket is slowly collapsing, that's a good thing for the defense. Again, when you've got the trigger man, a gunslinger, 6'5", can stare down the rush and get the ball out on time and on target, it doesn't really matter.
So can they... 1st and 10 from the 24. Fake it to Jackson. Pressure. That pass is picked off. This is Boswell. Can they run him down? Marcus Boswell. He picks off the deflected pass. And Akron gets a much-needed stop and turnover.
It looked like to me Kitna was trying to get the ball to Corey Milliner, and it wasn't there, and he tried to go to his secondary option, and the rush got there. Now, I couldn't tell if it was a tip ball or it was just pulled out of midair. But the true freshman makes the play of the year defensively for the Zips. Oh, wow, he took it right out of the air. So as he's throwing the football, he's getting hit by Alex Branch. That takes a little bit off of it. And, yes, you wear that tire. Please do.
It's not a used one, right? Here's Finley. Dives forward, picks up some significant yardage on first down. You know, it was obviously Boswell who picks off his 2nd pass of the year, but look at Branch coming in with the pressure. He's the one who jars it away.
And he couldn't get to the quarterback. So when you can't get to the quarterback and you're stuck at the line of scrimmage, you get your hands up, and Man, he didn't know he's going to have that prize back in his belly, though.
Much needed turnover, and look at Patrick go to work. Sean Patrick out of bounds at the 10, shoved out by Devin Hightower. What a turn of the tables in just a couple of minutes. UAB was moving, and the unfortuitous turnover. Here is Akron. First and goal at the 10.
Complimentary football is very important now. This Akron offense pays this off with a touchdown.
This is Patrick on the ground. Patrick smushed after a short gain.
Patrick came into this program at 165 pounds, and he literally has built himself over the last year or so to a 180-pound back. Redshirt freshman. They love his future.
Really skilled, dynamic starting tailback.
They compare him to Chase Edmonds, NFL running back.
Remember, Joe Moorhead coached them at Fordham to the end zone. That pass is bobbled and dropped. That time Finley was looking for Marcel Williams, and there's a flag. Yeah, on the far side of the field. This looks like an offsides, perhaps on UAB.
Offside. Defense, number 59, at the distance to the goal. At the distance to the goal line. Second down.
I guarantee you that these penalties, that's going to be a point of conversation at halftime. I mean, and he's sweating not just because it's warm out there. He's sweating because he's upset about all these penalties. And that'll make you sweat. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah, just too many. And so that's their fourth penalty. Finley to the tailback. Pass is caught. Kyan Mason. Not much there. So this will be now 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line. Clock winds, 2:25 to go in the half.
What do you dial up? Because the way this game is going, 3 points, that's not going to get it done. You got to find a way to get the ball across the goal line. And you cannot get a first. So this is 3rd and goal.
They don't have to snap it. They could let this go to the 2-minute timeout if they would like.
I think that'd be smart.
Yep. No, they will snap it.
Wow.
Finley taken off. Finley is brought down.
I don't think he was ready.
Didn't look like anybody was ready on that sequence.
Yeah, that's
This
strange
is the
one.
2-minute timeout.
Believe me, Coach Moorhead didn't want that ball snapped.
1:57 to go. Finley just had to improvise, and Iman Small says, not here, not now. 4th down and a decision for Akron coming up on the other side. Trent Dilfer's Blazers, they got a touchdown advantage here late in the first half. So here's what's coming up at halftime. The plays of the week in the American Conference, plus the first half highlights and stats. So stick around. So important moment in this one after Akron picked off a Jalen Kitna pass. They've charged down the field. They get stopped on the 4th down. And so this is a 24-yarder for Owen Wiley. Wiley yanked it a bit, but it's good. And so Akron does get 3. And Tayoka is at perhaps a 10-point swing. Remember, UAB was driving just a few moments ago. And Jalen Kitna got hit in the backfield by the rush. He turned it over, threw an interception to Marcus Boswell. Boswell picked off the pass in the opener against Wyoming.
Only 2 turnovers caused by this defense, and they both by this teenager, true freshman, Marcus Boswell. And you know what? Shout out to Isaiah Jacobs. As you see, Boswell gets this ball and he's off to the races. Watch Jacobs run him down. If he doesn't run him down, that's 6 points and forces a field goal there. So shout out again to Jacobs for hustling down. But yeah, wear that tire like a chain. You make it look good, Marcus Boswell.
Was that Callahan Auto Parts, perhaps? Again, there's only been two times. We've seen the turnover tire 2 times. Boswell has officially staked his claim that's his tire at this point.
Was it low profile or was it all weather? What kind of tire is it, though? I need to know. Is it like really, really thin and low profiles that you put on your car? Because I know like you like to roll smooth.
You got to prepare for the harsh conditions in Ohio. Okay, the winter, fall, winter around the corner.
That's right. All
Short
season.
kick. Some room on the outside that time. Isaiah Jacobs scoots forward to about the 38.
So he showed us the speed in running down Boswell and showed nice speed as he creased that coverage team right there. I thought he was gone.
So look, the flip side, Tayoka, is this. Jalen Kitna, he has been effective. He's got 1:47. His team's got 1 timeout. He has moved the ball very swiftly today. UAB 263 total yards. They have the advantage there. They've got the lead. And so can he shake off the turnover? Kitna, clean pocket, check it down to his back. That's Jackson. Nothing really there. Might have lost a yard.
It's good
So
defense.
2nd and long.
Yeah,
Yep.
good defense by Elijah Reed. Came up, forced the ball, used the sidelines and an extra defender, and that turns out to be a TFL. They lost 1 yard on that play.
Yeah.
Zips are playing zone coverage back there. We're seeing the ball being thrown and rallying up to it.
Just a 4-man rush. Kitna fires. This time it's caught. B.J. Hawkins out across the 50. He picks up the first before then he was stamped by Melvin Spriggs.
And that time, Elijah, you were great on the first play. This time he gets caught in the middle, whether go for the ball or go for the hit. And he slowed down, which allowed the receiver to catch the football and get upfield for a first down.
From the 49. Back to Jackson, smothered in the backfield. Loss on the play. Clock winds now. 1:15 to go. Timeout taken by Akron that time.
Timeout, Akron. That is a second charge timeout of the first half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
On that last play, Tim Tibesor decided to bring a blitz, not just to force the quarterback to get rid of the ball quickly, but also when you bring that nickel up inside, that's going to take away any run lanes. And that's what you saw right there. You saw quick penetration by the Akron defense. No chance to run the football in that situation.
Yeah, nice call by Tibesar. Good catch, partner. 4th-year defensive coordinator. Veteran in this business. He's been coaching college ball and in the NFL since 1997.
So much of calling defense is about timing. You got to time these calls up right. Understanding when you do bring pressure like that, you're manned up on the outside. And we've seen how explosive these receivers can be. So you just got to sprinkle it in every now and then to catch the offense slipping.
UAB has not been that effective on the ground. Kitna has been carrying the offense here. Uncorks it down the sideline. He's got Milliner. Big pickup out of bounds at the 25. And so that time Kitna dialed it up. Big play.
That's that NFL arm talent we're talking about. With some heat on that ball to the outside. And Milliner loves to run DBs off and break off his routes. They have to respect the speed. He's got that underneath route all day when he wants it.
He beat Hunter badly that time. O-line picks up the pressure. Back to the sideline, and it's Milliner. Back-to-back catches. He is cooking Hunter now. And so, Tioka, it's 1st and 10 from the 13.
Back-to-back catches, back-to-back routes. Same route. Just running them off deep and breaking that thing off to the outside.
4 catches for Milliner now, 4 for Hooks. They have been the 2 most productive wideouts today. Kitna 250 yards through the air. Back on the ground now with a minute to go. This is BB. Picks up 3, and you got a player down. And a flag comes in. And Cyrus Durham, by the way, who might be the culprit here for Akron.
Gotta keep your poise.
And Moorhead is hot.
Yeah, he is.
So how are they going to sort this one out?
So it'll be interesting to see. Generally in these situations, it's always the second guy who gets caught.
Well, it would be 2nd down, or that was a 1st down carry. So are you going to give UAB a fresh set of downs here inside their own 10?
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Defense, number 10, at the distance to the goal line, 1st down.
Teachable moment for Cyrus right here. And look, I don't. Well, there you go.
It's right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's that
forearm to the face.
Right hook. Yep.
That's right. You're fine here. Okay, just get him. Just get rid of him. Let him go. Yeah, that right there, that forearm, right up under the chin. That's where he went south. Everything was fine because it was 2 guys competing. But like you said, that right hook to the chin, that's a no-no. Leave that to the big fight tonight, the big boxing match.
Yeah, that's right. So the UAB offensive lineman really hooked him there, was trying to bait him to make the mistake. So it's 1st and goal from the 5. Kitna looking, floats it, back corner, hooks, it's Milliner, incomplete.
Couldn't get the feet down. And they are working Elijah Reed. We asked for more Milliner, and now they're starting to feed the ball. Not bad. That ball hits the ground, but not bad coverage there by Reed. It's a little bit handsy, but just as the ball getting there, might have drew a flag, but I'm okay with it.
It's that last swipe with a left hand.
That's right. You got to be physical at the catch point.
So top of the screen, it's Hooks and Milliner. Top 2 go-to wideouts. 2nd and goal. UAB trying to add another score before half. A strike to the back of the end zone. Milliner caught it. It's a touchdown.
He's got a touchdown now in 5 straight games going back to 2024, and it's just a matter of time. He's too talented. And if you're going to man up on number 1, you better pray. Because if the ball finds him, he's going to make something happen.
Now 5 catches for 64 yards in the first half for Milliner. And most of that production in this 2nd quarter. And UAB has a 2-score advantage. They've got 31 in this first half.
Well, they stacked up Milliner and Hooks. Put Hooks behind Milliner. Watch Milliner play through the grab. He gets grabbed around the waist. He doesn't care. He's going to run the post either way. The ball's where it needs to be on time, and he plucks it right out of the air. This guy's a terrific young receiver. He's just scratching the surface.
You know, we talked to that duo. You just saw a quarterback wide receiver there share the high five. And Kitna really lauded Milliner's instincts when he's running his routes.
Yep.
He trusts him as a route runner. Milliner just continues to blossom. 3rd year with the program. He's a redshirt sophomore from Alexander City, right here in Alabama. It comes with a natural growth and progression. He's got more and more comfortable, and he's been more and more productive. I mean, this season, he seems like he could be the breakout wideout in this league.
And with that production and comfort comes confidence. And I'm just telling you, for athletes in any sport, really, confidence is so important.
Akron returning it. Brandon Hill's out across the 25, and a flag towards the near side of the field.
Some extracurricular going on the sidelines.
Now you got a couple of UAB players that are jawing with some Akron players on that far side. It's just going to be against Akron, so Dilfer looks like he's getting the scoop.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, receiving team, number 14. At the distance to the goal line, 1st down.
So these blindside blocks in my day was exactly what you were looking for. That gets your team hype. But now, listen, they're making the game safer, right? And so when you're running to block someone and you can see that you're coming from an angle where that player doesn't see you, you got to lay up and just shield them. Let's see if we can see somebody coming. I think he said, there it is, right in the middle of the screen. There you go.
Pardon me, number 40 partner.
Yeah, see, in that situation, you can't do it. That is now what we would call a cheap shot. Back in my day, again, that was beautiful. Today's game, just go up and tap them. I mean, and it had no impact on the return, by the way.
I was just about to point that out. It's a great point, partner. That's just an undisciplined play on the return there for Akron. So they're backed up deep in their own zone after the Zips had leads at multiple points in this first half. They have fallen behind by 2 scores. And looks like we're going to go into the half with Trent Dilfer's Blazers up 31-20. Unless something magical happens here. Finley, they just keep it on the ground. So that'll move the sticks. 1st and 10 at the 30. They were down 7-0. They were down 14-7. Then they were down 17-14. And since that point, UAB goes on a 17-3 run. They move the football swiftly and rack up 270. Pardon me, Tioka, 320 yards of total offense in a high-scoring first half.
All while overcoming turnovers and penalties. So just imagine how this first half would have went for the Blazers had they played really clean football.
So a really fine second quarter for the Blazers. So we're very happy to be joined now by the 3rd-year boss. That's Trent Dilfer. Coach, thanks for taking a moment to do this here. How would you describe Jalen Kitna's play in that first half?
Up and down. I heard Tioka at the end. If we just play clean football, it's been a roller coaster, a lot of ugly stuff, penalties, turnovers, misalignments, misblocking assignments. So I'm not real pleased with the execution overall, but found a way to get a lead. Made some plays. The Corey Milliner, Stratton showed up, made some plays, but we got to play better in the second half.
Coach, the intensity is high. I love it. But what do you say to your team to cut down on these unforced errors?
Trying, man. You know, everything's about responding to adversity. I mean, you guys know this. Every game has a lot of it. And usually the wins and losses are dictated by how you respond to it. We got to respond much better to bad things happening to us. I promise something bad will happen in the second half. We got to reset, respond, and stay emotionally stable. You know, these kids, I think it's everywhere these days. They're just roller coasters emotionally. We got to keep emotionally stable, one play at a time, and we have a chance to play our best ball.
Coach, thanks for doing this. Good luck in the second.
Appreciate you guys.
So UAB ends the half on a 17-3 run. They trailed for much of the first. And hey, even coach says we're up. Execution, it can be a little better in that second quarter if that happens. Blazers are poised for a good outcome perhaps tonight. So it's halftime in Birmingham. We'll step aside.
Welcome into Studio A. I'm Maria Travelpiece. It was a great week for sports in the American Conference that brought a lot of upsets across the board. Because of that, we'll feature some of them on this week's top plays. We'll begin with Army, looking to rebound after losing last week. Colin Madison says, "I can help with that," makes the interception to seal the deal for the Black Knights. South Florida finished in a 1-1 draw with UCF, and a big reason why was goalkeeper Jaheim Wickham. Here he is with one save, but he's not done yet. Another shot, he says, "Not today." He finished with 8 saves on the night. We'll stay with the Bulls in play number 3, but this time we're heading over to the football field. Nico Gramatica with a chance to upset number 13 Florida. Can he do it? Yes, he can. Bulls silence the Swamp. Some more late game heroics, but this one coming on the soccer pitch. North Texas taking on Abilene Christian. Claire Niedermeyer in front of the net. She finds the back of it. Mean Green win. In play number 1, we're giving some love to the special teams. This is Florida Atlantic taking on Florida A&M. Pay attention to freshman Josh Roberts. Blaze past the protection, knocks that ball away. Then sophomore Lawrence Johnson picks it up in the end zone. If you see a top play this week, make sure you use the hashtag American Top Plays. Keep it right here. We have more coming up for you on ESPN+.
Halftime between Akron and UAB right here at Protective Stadium. And coming up, we're going to take you through the highlights and the stats from the first half. That's coming up next here in Birmingham. You know, I know it's not a Throwback Thursday, but we're throwing it back regardless on a Saturday night here in Birmingham. If you look at number 12 there, this is the 1998, pardon me, Tampa Bay Bucks team photo. All right, they're starting Pro Bowl quarterback Trent Dilfer there, and then my man in the back row, that was where you began your nearly a decade and a half NFL career, was in Tampa. Welcome upstairs, Protective Stadium. So, you guys spent a couple of years as teammates in Tampa.
We did, and what's crazy is there were multiple Hall of Famers in that picture. And for some reason, we were talking about Trent now. I have no idea how that happened. But, no, listen, we had a great time playing for the great Tony Dungy and amazing players around us. And, obviously, we talked about Trent being a Pro Bowl quarterback for the Buccaneers, so it was a lot of fun.
Well, his team has got a 2-score lead at halftime here. And, boy, did this game start with a bang. Solomon Beebe's 95-yard kick return for a touchdown. 11 seconds in, we got our first score. This was the first offensive play of the evening. Just a few moments later, Ben Finley found Israel Polk for the 75-yard score. He found him again later in that first quarter. Akron at that point had a 14-7 lead. Alex Mortensen, the UAB OC, drew something up pretty creative there on that Nate Rogers touchdown run. And this is when Jalen Kitna and the Blazers started to lengthen their lead. You see Milliner making that catch late in the back of the end zone, late in that second quarter, and so UAB took the 31-20 lead into the break. And you see the total yards, 320 total yards, and much of that passing through the air, 270 passing yards for UAB. What did you make of their offensive work?
They were amazing. No punts in the first half. If I'm Coach Dilfer, I'm saying let's cut the penalties down. No more turnovers. They haven't stopped us yet. If I'm the Zips, I'm saying keep playing. Let's take this game into the fourth quarter, and let's see how this team responds under pressure.
Boy, the 20 first downs. They move the football very swiftly. So when we return, second half begins. Jalen Kitna found the end zone twice through the air, and their tough veteran QB has led his team to an 11-point lead at the half. are watching the American Conference on ESPN. Back in Birmingham at Protective Stadium, where UAB went on a 17-3 run the latter half of that second quarter, and it holds a 2-score lead over Akron. That's the winless Zips, who had a couple of leads in that first half, ultimately lost it, find themselves down 2 scores, and they are set to receive the opening kickoff in the second half. With Tyoka Jackson, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. And here we go in half number 2.
Kevin, I think this is a sneaky, important opening drive, because you just get the feeling that UAB is not going to finish this game with 31 points, right? So if you're Akron, you want to take this game into the fourth quarter with it being winnable. And so each and every possession will be important, and I think getting off to a fast and hot start like they did in the first half to open this second half is going to be crucial.
Returnable from the end zone. Akron, that time the returner runs into his own man. It was Brandon Hills. So Akron.
You know, sometimes, Kevin, you can get off a block, and other times you can make the block make the tackle. That's the physicality. Look at him throw the blocker into the return man and then get off and make the tackle. That's the type of attitudes you want to come out of the locker room with.
Quarterback comparison tonight. Kitna has been very prolific. Finley got off to a solid start. Began to misfire a bit more in the second quarter. Finley unloads it, trying to take the top off the defense, and could not connect that time with Israel Polk, just like the way they began that first quarter.
Yeah, aggressive, because they know there's money to be made downfield. They saw it on tape, and so they're trying to get the ball down. It's a pretty good job by Sherrod Bryant. Almost tipped that football. You got to time that thing right. If you're going to play safety and let the receiver get behind, you better be making a great play on the ball. Almost, but not quite for Mr. Bryant.
So 2nd and 10 from the 20, on the ground to Patrick, trying to turn the corner. Patrick out of bounds after a solid gain.
See, I think this is going to be a huge key for this offense. The scoreboard is not at the point where you got to abandon the run. Continue to give Patrick his touches. He is a guy that will eventually wear down a defense, get in the open field and pop one.
That first quarter was the impressive quarter for Akron. And they had to punt it away a couple of times. The productivity petered off. 3rd and 4. They've got to get to the 31. Finley darts it. That's incomplete. And so this appears to be a quick 3 and out for Akron to begin the quarter.
I think Finley expected Polk to continue to work across the field, and that's why that ball was off target. Polk tried to sit down on that thing. There's just a miscommunication between two players not seeing it the exact same way. And, you know, honestly, when that happens, they're lucky it wasn't an interception. Did you see the discussion there between Finley and the head coach?
Boy, Finley frustrated. And so Joe Moorhead is saying, hey, let's talk this out.
Yeah, I guarantee you it's because he thought Polk was going to continue across the field.
Joseph Castle's punt bounces nicely, and so there is another strong punt from Castle.
This Castle's a weapon.
Yes, he is. Jalen Kitna, Tyoka, he is 23 out of 32 through the air, 270 yards passing in that first half.
Just take a look at the accuracy. Again, he came into the game throwing super accurate footballs, over 72% with his completion percentage, and they're not just dinks and dunks. He can throw to all areas of the field, and I'm just telling you, that's a huge weapon in an offense like this, because a lot of offenses have to play in a phone booth. And I know a lot of young people don't know what a phone booth is, but got to play in a phone booth because they don't have the arm talent from the trigger man to get the ball in all areas of the field. Not with this guy playing quarterback for you, Jalen Kitna.
You haven't seen a phone booth in a while.
It's been a minute?
It's been a while.
Google it, young people. Google phone booth. I know you have no idea what we're talking about. As you see more extracurricular activities.
Yep, a couple of players Just get a little chesty that time. So no gain on that first down carry. 2nd and long. UAB just 50 yards rushing on the ground. And it's been primarily through the air. Kitna's getting that one away. It's out of the tackle box. So we'll be 3rd and 10.
Continue to be impressed with this Akron defense. This is not the same group we saw on tape. They're a lot more physical, and they're running to the football, Kevin, better than we've seen them all year. And I like the type of attitude they've packed to come on the road to the Magic City.
Kitna steps up, good pocket awareness, fires to the sideline, drops that one in. Brandon Hawkins Jr. and a big 3rd down pick, first down here.
This is called throwing a guy open. Step up, set your feet, razor thin pocket to throw that ball into, and he fits it in like a thread through a needle.
Really well done. Isaiah Jacobs tripped up after a gain of 1. Look at this again.
So I love the route. Watch him bend it off right there, right? Now, drifts a little bit, but the ball is on time and on target, so the defender can't catch up. Had that ball been a little bit later or a little bit behind, that would have been an incomplete pass. Forced a perfect throw, and that time Kitna delivered.
You know, the one thing that Trent Dilfer and Alex Mortensen have lauded about Kitna, it's his growth mindset, the poise and measured approach that he shows, even when going through challenges. Corey Milliner makes another catch.
NFL scouts, when they watch the tape on Kitna, they'll see what I see. Just a guy who can throw the football better than most. His decision-making at times gets questionable, but when he is locked in and seeing the field properly, you're not going to see a better thrower of the football when you start to evaluate these quarterbacks. It's the inconsistency with the decision-making that can really be his Achilles heel sometimes.
And again, that's going to come with the opportunities. He is a 5th-year senior, but this is only his 11th start as a starting quarterback.
Great point.
So 5 on the play clock. They're ready to go. Kitna, who's open, darts it, incomplete. Looking for the tight end lag.
See, that's one of those situations where the staff told us sometimes you go ahead and take the layup. Talking about Kitna, he had a player open and flat. Look to the right of your screen. He's got a player open and flat. He wants more, though, and that's what gets him in. Now, that should have been caught.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that. That should have been caught. But sometimes, as a quarterback, you get a little too greedy when you should just take what the defense gives you and matriculate the football.
UAB is not punted today, so they're going to go for it on 4th down for a 3rd time. 4th and 3. They've got to get to the 43. Kitna has time. Kitna fires. Milliner, did he pin it against his body?
Haven't seen a single
on the field is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, there you go.
Turnover on downs. First down, Akron.
Now he's giving a signal that he wants a replay. That's not how it works.
They want that blinking green light like in the NBA.
Look at Kitna stepping up, throwing an accurate ball. That ball's right where it needs to be.
Oh, so close. A nose of the football. I think the nose is what hits the turf, doesn't it? Right there. Really close. But Akron's got it after the turnover on downs. Early third quarter, UAB with the 2-score advantage.
You think I put a hole in that if I tried to slide down it? I'm thinking about doing it out of the game. I'm just. What do you think? No. Okay.
Should we get you over there right now?
No, better not.
It's a little, just a mid-third quarter slide break. Did you say you wanted a cookie too?
Why'd you bring that up?
You're really channeling it's Kids Day.
Are we live right
now? Channeling your inner child.
What is that?
Akron has got to respond here. Ben Finley through the air completes that one. A catch and run for Miles Walker. It is early in the third, and that is a first down that this Akron team very much needed. They went 3 and out to begin this quarter. Down 2 scores. And now in UAB territory, Patrick following the blocks, falls ahead for 5.
I like again, running the football as you see a late flag come in. Continue to get extracurricular activities after the play. Both of these teams have to understand that the game's on the line. Like, whatever it is you're doing, you're not hurting anybody physically. You're just hurting your team. It's becoming ridiculous. And I love being physical and I love being emotional. Football is an emotional game, but you gotta be smart and not be selfish.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, offense, number 50. 15-yard penalty, first down.
All right, that is a very undisciplined situation.
Second down.
They're drive killers as well. I mean, look where they are now. Second and what, 19? I mean, this is crazy. You just can't do it. And I promise you, whatever it is he did, whoever he did it to is still on the field, and they're not being affected in any way by it. These pads protect you really well, trust me.
So 4 penalties per side. 2nd and 19. Line to gain is the 20. Finley trying to step up. Down he goes. It's Kyle Mosley.
Big Kyle Mosley, 6'1", 300 pounds, getting active, come off the block. Don't give me rush looks where you just hang on the block and watch the quarterback run through the pocket. Bench press the guy off you. When the quarterback breaks, you get off the block and make the play. Nice job there by Kyle Mosley.
Yeah, Jonathan Allen helped out as well. 3rd and long. Finley improvising. Throw into the sideline. Was his receiver in bounds?
Yes.
That catch it's a catch along the sideline. A Polk. They're going to be about a yard or 2 short. Or pardon me, that's the line of scrimmage. They're 10 yards short here.
Yeah, but they're going to go for it though. Great job of balance. He's got 2 feet in too. That would have been good on Sundays. And I thought, listen, Ben Phillips was just throwing the football away. What a throw on the run. Nice job.
Really well done. Owen Wiley from 49. This would be a new career long. Wiley, it's up, it's short. On target for the sophomore from Avon Lake, Ohio, but wound up short. And UAB maintains the 11-point lead. Really, really close, just not enough. UAB playing some inspired football tonight. They've got the 2-score lead, 9:31 to go in the third quarter. You saw the name on the back of the UAB jerseys tonight, and they are the names of the brave, courageous individuals, youngsters that are battling childhood cancer. Tonight is the annual Smile a Mile game. Childhood Cancer Awareness Game. The organization Smile a Mile, it supports those patients and the families of those youngsters that are going through that arduous battle. The players for UAB, they spend ample time over at the facility helping the youngsters, bringing a smile to their face. Kitna, by the way, has just got to get down after the snap came before he was ready, so it will be 3rd and long. And in a couple of weeks, let's take a look at this first. Kitna lost his towel.
Oh my goodness. Boy, they are lucky to get this ball back. Smart not to try to do anything with it. Just get on the ground. I mean, you've got the lead. You don't want to give a cheap one to your opponent and get them in rhythm and deep into your own territory. So it's smart just to dive on the ground like that.
3rd and 15. Line to gain is the 41. Kitna on the screen. They set it up. This is Jackson. He spins. Gets very close. It should be about 2 yards short. So UAB has gone for it every other occasion. They have been faced with a 4th down, and it looks like we may see the punt unit for the first time today.
First time. Wow.
So they were, let's see, 1 of 3, right? 1 of 3 on 4th downs.
So this is the first time, really, you can say that Akron, as well as they played at times defensively, has actually stopped this UAB team, because they've stopped themselves with penalties and turnovers and turnover on downs.
Trent Dilfer has got a terrific punter as well. This is Patrick Foley. He's been one of the better punters in program history. This one topples to the 27, bobbled momentarily by Sean Patrick. But Akron has forced 2 stops in this third quarter. They've got it next. Get all of ESPN college football all in one place with the all-new ESPN app. Unlock with the ESPN Unlimited plan or log in with your TV provider today. Back in Birmingham with Tyoka Jackson, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. Middle of this third quarter, a little lull in the action, if you want to call it that. We had an explosive first half, so 51 points on the board. And the Akron Zips, Tyoka, they're desperate. Lost their first 2 games of the year. They were shut out in each of those games. They came out really fast. They have forced a couple of UAB stops in this quarter. Joe Moorhead's team, look at a strike right here. This is Ben Finley. 2nd and 8, deep downfield. It's dropped by Mason. 3rd down and long.
Well, I thought Perry Fisher had an interception right there. And though he didn't come up with it, I think he blocked the vision of the receiver. Man, that was close to being caught by either guy.
Yeah.
But I think that you're seeing a little bit of urgency, maybe a little bit of desperation with that throw. That was not the most advised decision to put that ball in harm's way that way.
This is their 3rd possession here in the 3rd quarter. They punted it away their prior 2 occasions. Finley sling it to the sideline. Montero's got it, and that's a 1st down.
That's a great throw by Ben Finley, and I do like the route. Clean pocket, and look at him put some juice on that thing now. And again, the route, though, to bend it back to the quarterback. We've seen that multiple times by multiple receivers, making sure that the angle stays tight so the defender can't get in and undercut that ball.
2nd catch of the day for the Massachusetts native. Montero back on the ground to Gant, and a physical run on 1st down, so he picks up 8.
Yeah, 205. 5'10", 205 is Jordan Gant, but the power below the waist to drive through defenders and get positive yards after contact. I like it.
Productivity, it translates. You hear a lot of coaches say he was an FCS All-American at Tennessee State previously. Back on the ground, through the hole. There is Gant, and he earns another 1st down.
Yeah, fresh legs. When you come in, regardless whether you were starting at the beginning of the game, when you come in and play, you got to play like a starter. And look at the physicality. Inside zone, great blocking up front to move the defensive line of UAB, and he's running the daylight and running through arm tackles.
So that is 3 1st downs of this drive for Akron. Their first positive drive of the quarter. Marching. Finley scanning. It's a bullet, and he threw that behind his intended target. That pass is incomplete.
That's outstanding coverage by Isaiah Crozer. Watch him play with his play side arm. Nice job of not wrapping the backside arm to get the flag. Watch him knock this away with his left arm, play side arm. He did get a little wrap, though. I saw it. It was slick. And the best thing is the officials didn't see it. But nonetheless, great job of getting that ball on the ground.
Good to have Crozier back. Missed last week's Navy game. Back on the ground. Patrick breaks 1 man. Picks up 5, so we'll be 3rd and manageable for the Zips.
I thought this was smart to run the football like this. I thought we'd see more of it. I think because this is the way you can possess the football, control the clock, right, and not put your offensive line on an island. Be two-dimensional, make it much harder to defend.
Wiley does not have the strongest of legs. Is this a 2-down territory?
Absolutely. Great call. This is 4-down territory. And with that in mind, don't be shocked to see another run in this situation just to keep ahead of the sticks.
Patrick, the running back. Patrick straight ahead.
Still driving.
Yeah, gains about 3 or 4, and it will set up 4th and 2 from the 29 before he was finally thrown down. Clock winding, 5 to play in this 3rd quarter.
So now you have multiple options. You can run it. Obviously, you can throw the football. You can get your quarterback on the move. I'm liking the idea of looking up Jake Newell. With his size in a situation like this, he's lined up now in the slot. Look for him to move, but I'm thinking Newell's a great option as well.
It's number 88 in the white. Akron converted. It's only other 4th down. UAB gets the stop. The pressure and the push. Led by Amari Morrison. Turnover on downs.
What a play by Morrison. The ODU transfer came up big when his defense needed him. Now you're going to see him flash into the backfield. Get off the block. That's great job there. He was initially blocked. All the big-time defenders, you might be blocked initially, but you physically shed the offensive line, get off the block, and make the play. And as you can see, Coach Moorhead is beside himself.
I know that one puts a smile on your face.
Physical.
That play.
Get off that block. I love it. Yeah, I mean, you work the sled to get off blocks just like that. That was picture perfect.
What a momentum killer that is. Akron was really moving the football. So a big gain on first down. That's Jacobs. So Tioka, rewind 2 days ago. All right, big bro Josh Jacobs, 27-year-old All-Pros, plays with Green Bay now. Had a good day.
Ladies on the
Isaiah
Commanders.
Jacobs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ladies on the Commanders.
This is Jacobs once again.
He's their physical back, though, Kevin. He's 5'10", 220 pounds. So he's a load. Fifth-year senior.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs found the end zone again a couple of days ago in that win against Washington.
You got him on your fantasy team? He put up some numbers now.
Well, luckily Jaden Daniels still helped me out this past week. His team lost, but he was still fairly productive.
Now you
a
one
little
of them
garbage
guys,
time touchdown helps.
They all count, but you one of those guys that draft your quarterbacks too early. I got a feeling you might be drafting them like third round or something like that.
You want something that's going to blow your mind? You know, my league of record. 2-quarterback league.
Oh my goodness.
I think I'm going to get this guy at some point. He's putting up some fantasy numbers, but down goes Kittner. And that is Bruno Dahl, the sophomore from Hamburg, Germany, who is playing some really good football very early in his young career.
Yeah, and they run a stunt up front, but Dahl's one-on-one on the outside and turns his offensive lineman around. Look at that beautiful job. That's a swim move from a guy that's 6'7", so he should be able to swim anybody on the field. They think he's got an unbelievable future. 6'7", 250 pounds. He's still growing into that body.
3rd and 7. Kidna's got to roll out. You see the flag. That was thrown near the original line of scrimmage. So you would think holding, and if it is, Akron would decline it here.
Absolutely.
Set up 4th down.
Yeah, and this will be, what, the second stop? Or third stop of the game. Remember, Milner dropped that pass that should have been a first down, but yeah, you got to decline this and make him punt it.
Holding, offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
And so surely we'll see Patrick Foley again. It was Durham, Durham got held big time by Logan Moore, the right tackle.
Well, I think there's some UFC fighters that like that chokehold he put on him.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's very effective, but not in this sport, Mr. Howard.
So we're late in the 3rd, and after a very high-scoring first half, it remains a scoreless 3rd quarter. And will that change? Great punt again from Foley. That one skitters out of bounds at about the 16, 17-yard line. So Akron will be back out there in just a moment. So let's flash it back to the only other meeting between these two teams. It was in 2019, and this was up at InfoCision Stadium in Akron, Ohio. It was a 31-20 UAB victory. Tyler Johnston was the quarterback that year for the Blazers. He had a good afternoon. Remember, the defense was terrific that season for UAB. They went to a conference championship game, wound up winning 9 games, went to a bowl. Only other meeting between these two schools. And we've got the exact same score late in the 3rd. Finley pulled that one, picked up a handful.
Now that's trippy now. Same score.
Yeah.
I mean, woo. Boy.
With 1 quarter and change to go.
Yeah, I got a feeling, though, that it won't stay the same score.
A lot of time here.
But again, we keep saying this is an important drive. Another important drive. You've got to pay off these stops. If you're Akron, you've got to play complimentary football in order to get this win. You've played well. You've improved from what we saw on film this year. Now it's time to try to win the game.
They march down into UAB territory, their prior drive. wound up turning it over on downs.
Boy, Shamar Cooper. Oh, excuse me, no, scratch that. Who was that?
Pierre Royster.
Pierre Royster, I apologize. Pierre Royster, what an outstanding play to take on the block, be physical, get off the block and make the play. He's their leading tackler, and I see why. We talked about him being better as a tackler. He's missed a couple this season, but not that time. Wrapped his arms. Important third down here.
Akron desperate to convert. Down 2 scores, 3rd and 4. They've got to get to the 27. Here comes the blitz from the outside. Finley evades a man to the sideline. It's caught. Tim Greer Jr. with that sideline route, and Finley painting it down the chalk again.
The guts of this guy. What a gutsy gamer this guy, Ben Finley. He's got a free runner coming in your face. Coolly breaks the pocket, evades the rusher, and throws an accurate ball on a dead sprint.
Odenjor was trying to take him down, could not get to him in the backfield. Patrick with a positive pickup, gain of 2 on the first down carry.
Let's see if Akron can string together some first downs now, continue to just drive the football, eat clock, take this game into the 4th quarter with a score.
You know, their defense has done the job in this quarter. They have shut out UAB in the 3rd. Finley unloads. It's just too far, threw it out of bounds. So clock stops with 27 seconds in this 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 8.
That's where a back shoulder would have been nice. But see, I think you still run the football there. You're trying to stay ahead of the sticks and be efficient. The clock is not really an issue here. I wouldn't get away from this run game. You've had some success, and that keeps you on schedule.
You know, particularly Gant. He's run the ball well.
Yeah, physical.
But it is Patrick. He's the tailback. Pressure coming. Pocket collapsing. That pass is caught. Miles Walker. It's an important first down conversion. And that is Finley.
No, he took a shot.
He is down.
Yeah, he took a shot.
One injury to
Looks like he is grabbing that left hand, or they're looking at the training staff that is looking at one of his arms.
That's a great job of stepping up by Sean Patrick and taking an initial blitzer, but then someone comes free.
Game clock to 10 seconds.
That's Pierre Royster, the nickel, coming free and gets a shot. There's the block there by Patrick. There's Royster coming free, and it comes down on Finley. It's not the initial hit necessarily. Well, maybe it was the initial hit. Yeah, got his hand. There it is. Yep. I thought it was the landing on the hand, but no, I think it's that initial hit his hand, and looks to be banged up.
Finley, that's Akron's 2-year starter at quarterback. Michael Johnson, his backup, who has been used quite often in the first couple of games. We have not seen him today, is starting to get warm.
Michael Johnson started off at Penn State, transferred to FAU, had a stop at Syracuse. See his size. We were down on the field. He's a very impressive looking athlete, and he had an arm. He was displaying an arm in the warm-ups. His ability to run is one of his most important traits. So we get another look at this hit.
You think it's the throwing hand?
I think it's the gloved hand,
yeah,
right? I think it's the off hand. I think.
I thought on that look. Yeah, they're going to start to work on the left hand. You're right, partner. Boy, he is in some pain.
Ton of pain. Because if you know he's in a ton of pain because he's coming out of the game and it wasn't even his throwing arm, right? So you know the pain is excruciating. Tough guy, too.
So clock is running. Michael Johnson Jr. He has been a dynamic weapon, and you can see why for Joe Moorhead's offense. They have used him as on design runs this season. And so we end the 3rd quarter with the same score we had at the end of the first half. It's a scoreless 3rd. Ben Finley's future in tonight's game is in question. UAB 15 minutes away from a home win against Akron. Akron starting quarterback who has been effective tonight, Ben Finley. He's getting worked on the sideline by the athletic training staff. Took a big hit on that prior drop back late in the third. And he has been favoring his left non-throwing hand since he took that hit from Pierre Royster.
Wasn't especially vicious, but I think it just landed right on some bone area of that hand, and he is in a ton of pain. Now they're wrapping him in some sort of special glove.
This is the second play now that Michael Johnson is out on the field. Backup quarterback to Finley, but he has seen a lot of time the first couple of weeks, relatively speaking. Big physical runner. They bring him in on design runs, trying to bounce it out here. He is gobbled up in the backfield. Taken down by Tylen McNichols. And so it is fourth down.
He cut it back. I think he had money to be made on the front side. You know, it looked to me if he stays to his right, he can make something happen. He cut it right back into the defense, and that usually doesn't bode very well when you do that.
Pardon me, Tioka, 3rd and 8. Johnson's only thrown 2 passes this year. First year at the program. Last year he was Kyle McCord's backup at Syracuse. 7th-year senior who grew up in San Jose. Timeout, Akron. That's their first charge timeout of the half.
Timeout.
And so you see
UAB.
Finley
That is their first charge timeout.
He's
of the
clapping
second
the
half.
hands, trying to see if he is ready
This
to
will be a
go.
media
He may be
timeout.
back out there, perhaps on the other side. We'll take a timeout early in the fourth. Back in Birmingham, Alabama, early fourth quarter, and look who is back out there for Akron. An important 3rd and 8. Ben Finley was on the sideline for consecutive plays. Banged up his left non-throwing hand. Lets this one rip and connects with Greer. Second catch of this half for Tim Greer Jr. Finley is back, and it's a first down.
Now, how about that? Coming off the bench, 3rd and long, you've got a wide open receiver in your flat. You say, no, I want to take the deeper guy to make sure I get this first down.
Timeout. For
This Finley guy is as tough as nails.
UAB player is down on the field, and that's Perry Fisher. He went down before the ball was spotted. So important to note, it's an injury timeout. Looked like he was the man that made the tackle. So not sure if I noticed anything too severe. Right. He's up on his feet now.
Well, and no, to your point though, no charge timeout.
That's right.
But I hear you. I mean, you know,
you're
if
picking
really,
up what I'm putting down.
I am. If you're really smart, there's a way that you can play with the rules there. But, you know, listen, it's a point of emphasis. They're trying to take away the guys sort of acting hurt to slow an offense down, get him out of rhythm. I don't think that was happening there.
Finley has stayed the course today, hasn't he? He's had some ups.
Yep.
This guy went through a bit of a dry spell in that 3rd quarter. He still has not turned it over. 2 touchdowns, 233 yards. 1st and 10. Line to gain is the 18. On the ground, it's a positive play and pickup for Sean Patrick.
And I'm going to keep saying it. That's the key. That's the key. You got to keep running the football. You got to be balanced. That's going to keep the defense honest. And it's going to allow Ben Finley to have passing lanes downfield.
You know, they're running the ball much more effectively in this second half. Patrick Patrick inside the 5, and Patrick is tripped up at the 1. First and goal, Akron. 1 yard to go.
Dynamic. He's a dynamic football player.
Is he going to get his first chance to find the end zone in his Akron career?
Timeout, Akron. That is their first charge timeout of the second half. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Joe Moorhead's a little hot right now. Didn't like something that he saw.
Yeah. And I know he didn't want to use that timeout, but when you're in this area of the field, you got to make sure everybody's on the same page. You cannot miss this touchdown scoring opportunity.
Yeah, this is a situation where Akron has got to get 6. Down 2 scores early in the 4th. There's some significant scores around the American, by the way. Look at the one at the bottom. Tulane leads Duke. The score there is 34-24 late in the 4th quarter. And so Darian Mensah doesn't appear as if he's going to get revenge on his old school. On the ground, first and goal. This is Patrick. Breaks in. Touchdown, Akron. It is Sean Patrick's first rushing touchdown of his career.
How about
and
this
now
offensive
are you going to go
line?
for 2? That's the question.
Definitely got to go for 2 here. I think that's the smart call. But how about this offensive line, though, Kevin? They're getting movement up front, and there's one free hitter in the hole. And you're saying, Patrick, you've got to beat him. And he takes Sherrod Bryant into the end zone for 6 points.
Akron going for 2 here to make it a 3-point game. 2 wide outs, bottom of the screen. You got Patrick left of the line. Gantz the running back. Finley rolling the pocket. Finley dives, and he's in.
Oh, my goodness.
Air Finley.
Whoa.
It's a 3-point game.
For an injury to a player on defense. Media.
Look at Finley take flight.
We need to get a tape measure down. This might have been one of the longest long jumps you're ever going to see in a football game. I mean, he took off from what, the 5-ish? Wow. Give us all of it, Mr. Finley.
From long range, the senior captain makes it a 1-score game.
We're back in the Magic City, 31-28 UAB. I want you to take a look at this replay of this touchdown. So he's going to roll out, Ben Finley, rolling out. And look, right here, he has absolutely nothing. 3 defenders with a 4th coming off the block. The only option he's got is to go airborne, and that's what he does. Unbelievable effort. That's a guy who's a flat-out winner. May not be the biggest, may not be the strongest. His game may not be the prettiest, but he's going to outcompete you and outwork you and outlead you, and that's what we're watching right now today.
I mean, he took off from the 4-yard line to get in for the 2-point conversion. You know, we keep talking about all these former NFL quarterbacks, Trent Dilfer, John Kitna. It was a little Elway-like on that jump.
That's right.
And that is several yards from the end zone. And how critical is that one? After a scoreless third and after Akron has been down for much of this game, boy, there's another mistake for UAB. They're going to have to set up shop inside their own 20-yard line. After all of those challenges, it's a 1-score, 3-point game early in the 4th quarter.
Momentum. Momentum plays a huge part of college football, and it will swing back and forth multiple times, and we've seen that today. If you're the Blazers, you got to find a way to grab Uncle Mo back. And I think Kitna going deep to number 1 or number 2 is the way to get it done.
That's Hooks or Milliner, his 2 favorite targets. On the ground they go to Javon Jackson, who has also been productive today. That's one of his longer carries.
I call Hooks 2. He's the number 2 receiver. He's 0 in the playbook, but they haven't gone to him a lot, especially down in the second half, and they really haven't been covered, though.
Jackson got 7 on 2nd and 3, right back to him. Jackson tumbles, should be enough for a first. UAB came from behind in that opener to beat Alabama State, scored 52. In the loss last week against Navy, they were shut out in the second half. They have maintained the lead since the 2nd quarter, but now it's just a 3-point game once more. So they did mark Jackson short on that prior carry. They move the sticks here. Will be 1st and 10 from the 30.
3 straight runs, and I think that's the first time we've seen that all day.
Now, you're not kidding, partner. Kitna has his next pass is going to be his 40th attempt of the evening. He's thrown for more than 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 1 interception.
On the year, UAB's been pretty balanced. I mean, they've been 53% pass and 47% run. This is pretty balanced.
Kitna under center, fake it, sling it, incomplete. Hooks just mistimed it there, could not reel it in.
Yeah, the comeback route, and just like the timing of it was a little off, right? It was a little weird. Like, I'm not sure exactly. Did he leave his feet too early? Boy, it kind of looked right through his hands. I mean, I'm not sure. It just didn't go up and get it. I mean, he didn't really, and we've seen him do some incredible things, but just didn't get airborne enough to catch that football, and it was catchable ball.
Yeah, Malcolm DeWalt on the coverage, the cornerback. Under center again. Here's some pressure from the edge. Down goes Kitna. It's Bruno Dahl again. Got a great jump, and it's a sack.
They talked about Dahl and his potential. The more reps he gets, the better he's going to get. And this time, they try to come out. Well, he's coming off the edge, and they try to pull out a late tight end to catch him. And Elijah lagged on the play. Just couldn't get there fast enough. And when you're coming with that type of speed at his size, well, that's an outstanding play there.
Yeah, not much that Kitna could do. Sling it to Hawkins. Hawkins down the sideline. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. But it's still going to be 4th and very long.
I'm impressed with how Coach Tibesar, the defensive coordinator for Akron, is mixing up these blitzes. He understands that he's playing with fire when he goes man coverage behind him. But still, you can't continue to give Kitna the same look. So they are mixing his blitzing up very well, and it's been really an outstanding job. timely stops.
UAB has been shut out this half. Clock winding under the 10-minute mark. So Foley to punt it. Sean Patrick is back to return it. This is a really good punt. Foley catches it around the 15, bends around one man, makes another miss. Oh, nearly spun away from a third. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Zips. Out across the 20-yard line. Ben Finley. He has been knocked down. He's been bruised. He's been battered on a couple of occasions. But he has stayed within himself, Tioka. And he is trying to put his team in front perhaps for the first time.
Leadership. You just can't quantify a guy's heart. And he has an opportunity now to pull off an upset win on the road because he's hung in, he's been hit, he's been battered, and he continues to get up and lead this football team. But most importantly, he's making the plays that are available and not turning the football over. 0 turnovers. And there you said you called him Air Finley on that one.
That was levitation for a second there. So Akron has not led since it was 17-14 in that first half. On the ground. And a positive pickup to get the drive started. This is Jordan Gant, who has been their most effective runner.
Especially inside.
Yeah, Gant's averaging about 6.5 yards a carry. Now Patrick has led them in total yards.
Timeout. One injury to a player on offense.
Offensive player down. Looks like a lineman. And that is Colin Lyons. That's the captain. And he is the center. And so if he is not good to go, Delvin Morris was a part-time starter last year at center. He would very likely replace Lyons.
I'll put an asterisk by that because most centers don't get, or backup centers don't get an opportunity to snap the football to starting quarterbacks. Usually it's starting center, starting quarterback, backup center. So let's just keep an eye on this center quarterback exchange. It's one of those things that is a little thing until it becomes a big thing.
It's a redshirt sophomore from Caldwell, Texas. He's going to snap it back. Fake it to the tight end, Newell. And it's a bunch of black jerseys that bring him down. Stopped at the 29, 3rd and 4.
They have gotten themselves into 3rd and manageable more in this game than we've seen all year. And that's because they've been efficient, talking about the Zips, on 1st down. Their 1st down efficiency has been excellent at times. And so they've gotten in a position where they can pick up these 3rd downs when normally all year they haven't.
Call it 3rd and 3. Line to gain the 32. Akron down a field goal. 4th quarter. Finley snaps it. Slant route. And he's got his man, Marcel Williams, with a timely catch. Tackled by Roy Williams.
That slant, when you run it perfectly, it's really undefensible. Great throw, great route. How do you defend it? I mean, the defender's all over it.
All right, 2 quarterbacks tonight that have been slinging it around fairly effectively. Finley, 236 yards through the air, plus the 2 TDs. Rolling the pocket this way. Finley, a bullet. Incomplete, looking for Walker.
At time, UAB decided to bring some pressure, but they still played zone behind it. That's one of those fire zones where you bring and add a guy to the rush, but you're playing zone coverage behind it, and you see there is the over-the-top defender. There was really no place to put that under pressure.
Akron last week got trampled on the road at Nebraska. That is a very quality Nebraska team, of course. Lost 10-0 at home a few weeks ago against Wyoming. Desperate for their first win in week 3. Finley poised in the pocket, finds his man who sits down. That's a 1st down for Walker.
How about the time? Great job of pass blocking by the offensive line. That pocket was intact. Nobody pierced it. And Finley got really comfortable. And watch him sit down in this zone. So you don't want to run through zones because you'll run to another defender.
Out to the sideline, Marcel Williams has his 2nd catch of the drive. That's enough for the first down.
So we saw Marcel sit down in the zone and get fouled. This time runs a completely different route and gets another first down.
Boy, Akron moving the football swiftly in this fourth quarter. This is Patrick, brought down after a gain of 2.
The balance, though. The ability to run the football, it gets your offensive line into a rhythm. Makes them feel good. All offensive linemen would much rather go forward than backwards. But running the football gives them sort of a confidence that they can play better in the pass game.
Finley has got a whole lot of time. Finley didn't get rid of it. And all of a sudden, he was taken down. Jaquan Mason.
Well, we saw Jaquan stretching pregame, and I'm like, man, that's an outstanding looking athlete. He wanted to throw the football, but Mason was in his face. It got in his throwing rhythm, or throwing vision, excuse me. Mason's 6'4", 235 pounds. He's a long athlete. We talked about how long his arms were when we saw him. Finley won it. He had an open guy, but the pressure was in his face.
Boy, that really knocked him back. 3rd and 17. They would have to get to the 30 in order to move the chains. Finley starting to improvise. Spins away. Brought down. UAB tightens up what it needed to force a 4th down.
Yeah, it started with Mason's rush. Got in Finley's face, couldn't get rid of the football, and then they're just pinning their ears back now on 3rd and long.
Yeah.
And watch Finley try to break contain. See, I think he's got an opportunity to step up inside. He tries to come back and step inside, but now it's too late.
And Akron has to punt it away and trust its defense. Joseph Castle. UAB will have it 1st and 10 at the 20, leading by 3, hanging on to that advantage in Birmingham. The American on ESPN Plus. It's home to 40 plus college football games, over 1,000 exclusive live events, and every American Conference championship throughout the season. So for more information and to sign up, visit stream.espn.com. Back in Birmingham with Tyoka Jackson, Kevin Fitzgerald with you. Final moments of this ball game. We've got 5:13 to play in the fourth quarter. UAB has held a lead since the second quarter. However, its advantage dwindled there earlier in this period. They've got the football now after Akron had to punt it back to him. Solomon Beebe out of the backfield. A little pitch and catch. First down run. And UAB has an opportunity here, if it can just move slowly but surely down the field, to really compromise Akron in the final moments.
Well, getting the ball in Solomon Beebe's hands is a smart move. He's approaching 200 yards of total offense, I'm sure of it. And he's been that dynamic all year anyway.
And where would they be without his kick return touchdown to start the game?
That's right. He's an all-purpose demon.
He's in motion on the ground. This is Jacobs. Just plows ahead. And nearly enough for the first. He picked up 8. So if UAB can run the ball effectively here, they could get this one to the finish line.
The Akron defense has to do something they haven't really done all year. Get an important stop when their team needs it to set up a winning opportunity.
You see Akron is flipped back in front of UAB in terms of that total yard battle. They had previously outgained UAB 210 to 70 before this drive in the second half. Jalen Kitna on the ground. Jackson, that's a first down.
So the mark of an excellent offensive line is, can you run block when the other team knows you're going to run? And you're seeing Akron get into an 8-man front, and everybody knows the situation. The clock is going to become their enemy. They're going to run the football and keep the clock running. Can you run it anyway? You know, and that's what they've been doing so far.
Tyoka, for Akron, this is kind of the series. You gotta stop them.
Yeah.
You got the 2-minute timeout plus 2 timeouts. 1st and 10 from the 44. Motion man on the ground to Jackson. Couple of yards on first down. Timeout Akron with 3:05 to play.
I think that's a good, efficient use of that timeout. Don't let that clock run. Go ahead and save it.
The second half.
Understanding that 2-minute timeout is an extra timeout.
Operator, please reset the game clock to 3 minutes and 10 seconds. 3-1-0.
So they'll add 5 seconds there. Back to the game clock. 3:10 to play in the fourth.
Thank you.
Being an old quarterback, it makes me wonder. Second down, is this your opportunity now to go hard play action, maybe a little boot action, or just hard play action, looking for a slant over the middle to get another first down, make them call another timeout? I'm not saying you should do it, but this is the situation. Second and medium, where offensive coordinators like to do that, understanding that the defense is going to be playing heavy run.
Jalen Kitna, they call him a gunslinger around here. 333 yards through the air, couple of touchdowns, throw it out to the flat, pass is caught, hooks, first down and more. New set of downs for UAB. That is critical.
Got to stay in bounds, though. I have no idea why Iverson Hooks is running out of bounds. I love the play call. This is basically a sweep. But no, don't do that. Cut that thing back inside. Lay on the ground if you have to. But you're helping out the defense by running out of bounds.
Clock winding after they reset the sticks. UAB back on the ground. This is BB, keeps his feet. So 2:32. Is Akron going to call the timeout? Yes. So he uses his final timeout. So this is 2nd and 10.
Akron.
They would need to get one more stop here. That would then take him to the 2-minute timeout. And then even if they were to get that one last stop, You know, you got to worry about Jonah DeLonga's big right leg. So this is the next next 5 weeks, pardon me, for Trent Dilfer's Blazers.
Tennessee dropping a tough one.
Boy, what a bitter loss earlier today. Tennessee to Georgia. That was the heavyweight bout in college football this weekend. Tennessee missing that field goal at the end of regulation.
Yeah, that's right.
They would have won it.
Yep.
Or would have gone ahead with just a couple of seconds.
And that crowd was electric.
Yep.
The atmosphere. A lot of people thought that this was the time now that Tennessee could take that next step. And they've got to be hurting right now.
2nd and 10. Very important play. Kitna fake it. Hit the tight end. That's lag. Barely anything. They lost some yardage on the play.
So there's that hard play action pass that I talked about that a lot of coordinators like to try to sneak in on 2nd down. It just wasn't 2nd and manageable. It was 2nd and 10. Now you're in 3rd and long. And now do you try to go ahead and get this 1st down now?
Well, they're going to have some time to think it over because we're going to take this thing down to the 2-minute timeout. You know, there are a whole number of just permutations that could unfold over the next couple of plays.
2-minute timeout.
It's a 2-minute timeout deep in the 4th quarter. Joe Moorhead zips. They need a stop. The UAB by 3, trying to close it out at home. Fun, competitive, tight ball game. It is a 3-point game. 2 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Trent Dilfer's Blazers, they have got it. It's a 3rd and 14. How aggressive is Jalen Kitna and UAB going to be here?
I'm going for this. I mean, listen, your best players are on offense. You got a trigger man who's a gunslinger with a bunch of weapons. If you get the 1st down, the game's essentially over. I'm trying to get it.
Akron with no timeouts left. Keep in mind. Snap back to Kitna. Kitna is scanning. Unloads it. Going for 6. It is incomplete. 4th and 14 with 1:52 to go. UAB not in field goal range. We have a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
I think it's going to be holding, Kevin.
Holding.
It's obvious decline.
Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
See if we can see the hold. There's the chip. And you got help. You know what? I don't think that was a hold.
Yeah.
I mean, that was. Listen, and
we've seen worse.
Right. I've had worse done to me and not get called. That was borderline to me.
So how about this? After UAB was marching down the field, draining a whole lot of clock, they've got to punt it back to Akron. Foley gets it away. This one's bouncing into the end zone, and it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. Akron has got the football and a chance to march down the field and maybe win it.
What a break.
They're out of timeouts as well.
Yeah, what a break for that ball to go into the end zone, first of all. They had a chance to down that thing and make that a 97 or 98-yard drive, so they caught a break there.
This Akron defense, the bend but not break motif, you hear that often. They have shut out UAB in this second half. Finley engineered a touchdown drive earlier this quarter, so they were once down 31-20 at the break. They converted the 2-point conversion, the lone score this half. They've got it with 1:44 to go, no timeouts. Finley fires over the middle. That's caught. Miles Walker to the 35, and it's a quick strike and a big chunk of yards on one play. Clock winding. Once they reset those chains, there it goes.
Finley cool under pressure once again.
Jordan Gant, the tailback. Finley misfires, looking for Newell, and just not on target that time.
He had him in the flat. Newell started off by chipping the defensive end just to take the chill off that pass rush, and he's open in the flat. And if you're Finley, you got to hit him there. You cannot afford at this point in the ball game to miss open receivers.
Finley, 19 out of 33. He's completed about 58% of his passes, 282 yards, and the 2 scores.
If you're the Blazers, you need a pass rush without having to blitz. You don't want to have to go man coverage to generate pressure. They're showing it here. Let's see if they back out.
Flag comes in.
Pre-snap penalties is usually bad for the offense.
Offense, number 57, 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Remember starting center Colin Lyons. He went out with what looked like an injury earlier this quarter. Delvin Morris, that's the backup center, just got flagged for the snap infraction. 2nd and 15, 1:26 to go. Ball's at the 30. Five-man rush. Finley in trouble. Down he goes. Chris Burge with another sack. It's the 5th UAB sack tonight.
Such a smart rush by Burge, getting upfield and falling back inside just as Finley begins to step up into that pocket.
Now they're up against it. Low snap. Finley got to stay poised. Finley rips it down the middle or to the sideline. It's incomplete. 4th and 19.
Well, I think you said down the middle because he had a wide open receiver in the middle. He just didn't see him. But you got to get up and make a play on that ball, though. If you're Marcel Williams, I mean, listen, he's throwing a 50-50 ball.
There's the sack, Tyoka.
Yeah, but again, level rush, such a smart rush. You see so often guys go up and play behind the quarterback. Chris Burge got a great bull rush, came off to the inside, understanding that Finley's been stepping up all night.
This is it for Akron. It's got to get to the 45-yard line.
Got to give him time.
Finley bobbles the snap. They're running the routes. Finley in trouble. Finley steps up, lets it rip. It is incomplete. And UAB takes over with 47 seconds to go. And that should do it.
Got to get a lot of credit to this Blazer defense. Have not played well all season. But in this game, when they needed it the most, they get the biggest stop of the night. Finley just giving it all he's got. Initial pressure was stymied, but then guys came in late. He steps up and just trying to make a play in a tough situation.
He left it all out there. He certainly did. But UAB, you know, shut out in this second half. All they got to do now is just take a couple of kneels, and this thing is over. They did not score a point in the second half, but they had enough production from that first half where they are going to get out of this thing with a victory, and an important one after the loss last week at Navy.
Well, it's a team win. I mean, in all aspects. They had special teams show up. The offense was electric, especially early. And then as much maligned as this defense has been, it took the defense winning the game with them on the field to make it happen. And I think Coach Dilfer's going to be happy with that.
Trent Dilfer's Blazers, they win it 31-28 to get to 2-1 on the season. Jalen Kitna, very productive. 30 out of 45 through the air, passed for 341 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Jackson and Jacobs were solid on the ground. And his leading receiver, who else? Corey Milliner. Caught 6 passes for 70 yards and a touchdown. Iverson Hooks had 84 yards through the air as well. So UAB, bend but don't break in that second half. And they did just that.
Well, listen, you got to give the Akron Zips some credit. I mean, they came out and played their best game of the year. We talked about Joe Moorhead had not forgotten how to coach offensive football. That showed up today. I think they'll continue to get better. The best part of the schedule's ahead of them, and it'll be MAC play. They're getting better every week. Their best football's yet to come. And listen, UAB, you got a tough challenge next week, but you played a full football game today. All phases had a part in this win. You got to feel good about that. Next week, you got to put it all together again.
Good performance by that defense in the second half. So that's going to do it for us in Birmingham. UAB a winner. For Tyoka Jackson and the whole ESPN crew, I'm Kevin Fitzgerald saying good night from Protective Stadium. UAB, it's a victory tonight over Akron.